the John Campea YouTube channel. Welcome to your Casual Friday. We're so happy you made it through the week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here to talk to us about everything rad in the universe, movies, movie news, all sorts of cool stuff. And of course, this show is brought to you by Mint Mobile, so thank you, Mint Mobile. I'm Chris Carr. I'm filling in for John today. And joining me, of course, is the verisimilitude viceroy, the verisimilitude, as I like to call you.
Thank you.
I like that a little more, but that's just me.
I like that.
It's Rob. Rob Meyer-Burnett, how you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go see Avatar in IMAX 3D.
Nice.
Excited? Are you going to go finally see it?
Yeah, probably.
See, there you go.
Amy, Amy Newman's here. Have you never seen Avatar?
I've actually never seen Avatar.
Fun.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to have time in my schedule this week. There's I feel like suddenly things are picking up at the movies. It's a bit of a spoiled for choice right now of probably 5 or so things now I'm debating between. But Avatar's high on the list.
Oh, awesome. Excited to hear what you think about it. Oh my gosh. We also have Ray Ora joining us. He's hanging out with you in the chat. Ray, how you doing?
It'll be awesome to hear what you think about Avatar because it's always divided. It's like people either say it's boring or they loved it. But anyways, I got an announcement to make to the chat because I've been seeing a lot of people mention it. Yesterday, we did there's a modification on the actual YouTube channel on the back end, and it actually paused memberships for a minute. And then I went back in, turned it on. So if you got an email that said your membership was paused, it should be fine again. I mean, I got it too. And also, I'm going to start working on Amy, Taylor, Joey, and who else is in here? Christian emojis soon.
Ooh. Aw. What's Amy's emoji going to be?
No, I don't know.
I feel like you could just use like that generic default like white lady emoji. I feel like is pretty close.
There we go. I just want I want there to be like how we have a Bring on the Filthy. I want there to be oh Jesus, Amy. Because I love when that pops up in the chat. It makes me very, very happy.
Do you think anyone ever will bring on the filthy?
I don't know.
People ask like on a daily basis.
You know,
I feel we disappoint them all the time.
The show is pretty puritanical, but hopefully.
We are all wearing chastity belts.
We are, every single one of us.
Don't tell anyone.
No pants, but chastity belts. Casual Friday.
It's a very choice look. Making sure everything goes as well as it can today. Producer Jonathan Wicko. John, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
We also are joined by Taylor.
Very
Taylor?
sleepy, and Taylor's over here.
I feel like I've been hit by a spooky bus because Amy and I went to Not Scary Farm last night.
Yeah. You guys were talking about how cool the mazes were and everything, how pretty but spooky they were.
Yeah, no, it was genuinely just as I was saying, as a theater kid, like the set design of everything was just, I was terrified, but I was like, whoa.
Was there a new maze that they threw up? Like anything?
There were 2 new ones, I think.
Which ones can you mention?
One was
no, I'm under an NDA. Walter, the ghost of Walter Knott will take me out. Yeah, there was a vampire thing where you got like a laser tag gun and got to shoot vampires.
Oh, that sounds so
which
cool.
my fiance was like, I've never seen him so happy.
I
know. And Grimoire, which was like
that one was lame.
It was like Stranger Things, but the 1950s.
Was that the one with the weird characters that you showed pictures of or whatever?
Oh, the one I'm one cheeseburger away from looking like that monster.
That was the sideshow one. Also, at one point, a maze just like ate me.
Yeah,
like
Amy
a scare actor randomly like pulled me aside down a hallway, and somehow I ended up there for like a full minute, and the rest of the group thought I died.
We thought she was part of the maze, and weid have to go visit her again next year.
It rocked. 10 out of 10.
Kidnapped just for a little bit at a horror park. I think that's very, very on brand for you. I'm just for like a cool 15, I was missing.
A monster was like this way, and that's just how trusting I am as a person. I was like, oh, okay.
This feels safe.
They're married now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Eric. Oh man, he had a shot, but now you and that monster, I'm sure, are very happy together.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, guys, we've got lots and lots of good stuff to get into today. On Fridays, we are doing these as Mint Mobile Day, so your questions are what we're answering from the Mint Mobile Hotline. How to use the Mint Mobile Hotline. Oh my gosh, audience, I'm so glad you asked. You're just going to use this cute little number here. Look at this little fox pop up. Look at him and Ryan. So call that number anytime. It's absolutely free. Leave a message there, and we will pop your question up on the show, and we'll get to hear the lovely dulcet tones of your voice. Tones. There we go.
Has Mint Mobile confirmed the name of their fox?
It's
mascot?
Minty or something like that.
I'd like to call it
the Mint Fox.
Minty.
He's got to have a name.
Ryan, name your fox.
And also, Rob will be answering your calls tomorrow, I think.
And reading the
Like,
script.
Really?
I get it, I
Am I
get
going to
it,
be
I
answering
get it.
calls of people? They're going to want to know what
Yes.
I thought of their scripts too? Is that what's going to happen? Call the Mint Mobile hotline and Rob will give you a script review.
He's actually going to
sent you
read
my
the scripts
elevator
live.
pitch and you didn't get back to me. Oh, why is that?
I'm gonna call and read you my entire script via Mint Mobile, but you'll be able to hear it so clearly. Thanks,
Please
Mint
don't
Mobile.
do that. Please.
It's
Only
happening.
hit up Rob if you've got like a really like tasty physical media lead. That's what you use his DMs for.
Yeah, the lovely Emma Bannon just showed me the Dune 4K slipcase box set she got me. See, that's the way to my
Ooh.
heart.
Yeah, that's
She's in the
essentially
UK,
porn
but
to you.
she has my heart.
That's wonderful.
I know.
Well, great. Well, before we get into those Mint Mobile questions, you guys, we do have one off the top, and that is this. Last night, we had another episode of Rings of Power. We, of course, are going to be doing a complete after-show open spoiler discussion on this, but for now, we just want to get into our non-spoilerly, if I can say that word right, non-spoiler-y, there we go, discussion on this about whether or not we liked this episode. And guys, I know I've been like the cheerleader for the show aside from last week, but I love this one. I feel like this one really, really picked up momentum. We had this felt Lord of the Rings-esque. I have got my Tolkien encyclopedia with me today.
Nice.
We're ready to go. But I really, really enjoyed all of this. I think they balanced the characters well. We got action, we got heart, we got music, we've got some tasty theories popping up now too. Rob, what did you think of the episode?
To be honest, of the 5 hours of the show we've watched, actually, this episode was quite long, over an hour. I liked this episode. It was the first episode I really liked. I thought it was really interesting. I mean, you have the army massing at Helm's Deep. The Rohirrim, except they went in boats, the Rohirrim are going to Helm's Deep. So basically, they're going to replay Helm's Deep for me. And I'm like, hey, you know what? If we're going to watch an adaptation of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, I'm there for it. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, a Numenorian ship blew up. I didn't know that wine could explode, you know,
Oh, it does.
quite like that. But, and of course, I never really realized that a Harfoot really came up with Bilbo's poem about Strider. Didn't know that. So I'm loving this show.
I'm just trying to figure out how many of them happened.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but as far as the show went, I did like this episode.
Good.
I for the very first time, I was very much into the characters. I liked their exchanges. I liked their interactions. I was actually invested, and I found the whole episode very entertaining. I thought, oh, pacing
Yeah.
was good. I mean, I enjoyed it all.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And I will admit, you know, now, especially with this one, of those first 4 could have been trimmed up quite a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, none of this timeline, Middle Earth timeline makes any sense. The lore is all over the place. But at this point, I'm like, this is an adaptation of a show that they're giving me characters that Tolkien never created, situations that never existed. But if you're gonna make this show, this is the kind of show that I want it to be from now on,
Absolutely.
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think sometimes, you know, if you go see a band in concert, you want them to play the hits, right? Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we like a B-side track, but sometimes we want one of the hits on there. So I feel like they're kind of generating towards that.
Well, I'm really hoping that next week that Aragorn and Legolas show up for the Battle of Helm's Deep, along with Gimli. You know, because that's clearly what I get to watch.
I just want like the Muppet Baby version of them, though. Just little tiny ones.
Maybe because I mean, I'm like, I understand they're not even trying to hide it. You know what? We really like that battle in Helm's Deep. Let's do it again. And we are actually in the 3rd hour, so we've adapted Fellowship poorly, but the Two Towers adaptation I'm kind of liking.
So far,
Well,
so good.
we like the trench run, and we got it in Top Gun. So
That's
Exactly.
right.
This
That's
is Very,
right.
very true. Ray, you got to check out the episode last night, right?
Have you guys? Yeah, I did. But have you guys heard of the Weta? Or Rob, have you heard of the Weta?
Sure.
Weta Works. The small
workshop?
minifigs. Have
Yeah.
you seen those?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting closer and closer to buying some of those, and that tells me that I like what I'm seeing. Like I already have my Prince Damon Funko Pop on pre-order. You know, as soon as I start buying merchandise for stuff, you know I'm
You're
into
in.
it. So I'm that close. But
now you
this,
want Lord of the Rings stuff.
I gotta say, whenever you include marching with some sort of hymn or some sort of chant, and I'm all over it. I was watching and I was like ready for war for no reason. Like I picked up my pillow and picked up my Cheeto and I was like, let's go. Lord of the Rings has always
Just
been
a
good at
singular
that.
cheetah.
Yeah.
All right.
Lord of the Rings has always been good at that.
I'm guessing because the pillow was
my shield.
and
Yeah,
the Cheeto
it was
your
a sword.
Naturally.
yeah.
Just trying to paint
What
the
else are you
picture.
gonna fight with? Come
But
on.
I'm just saying that part was just so awesome to me. I was getting ready to do whatever they're doing. I can't wait for the next episode. It's going to be a blast, I think.
Well, my biggest dog Gilbert jumped on the bed when I was watching the episode.
That sounds like a book,
He
My Biggest
looked at
Dog
me
Gilbert.
and he looked at me right in the face and he said, "How has it come to this?"
Wow.
I'm like, I know, right?
Your dog can talk?
Well, yeah. And then Tallulah came up and said, "Now for wrath, now for ruin, and a red dawn."
Damn.
And I'm like, "Wow, you guys."
You
And
should-
then you're like,
should be
man,
really
Charged
pretty
over the
dogs.
field
What are you
of
doing here?
Pelennor Fields. Pelennor Fields was before you, but you were running, but then suddenly you're like, "Why am I wet?" You realize you ran into your pool.
I'm
You
telling you,
woke up.
that's episodes 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, later on, like I said today, we will be doing an after show of The Rings of Power, episode 5. Let us know what you think of the show. Try not to spoil things in the comments below, but let us know your thoughts, all right? Thanks so much. And with that down, let's start getting into these Mint Mobile questions. Jonathan, what's our first one?
Hey, John and the crew. My name is Pierre, and I was just wondering, do you think Rogue will show up in the Marvels? Thank you. Bring on the filthy.
Thanks, Pierre. We appreciate you calling in. Okay, do we think Rogue will show up in the Marvels? Well, I mean, putting Rogue with the Marvels is a great situation for comic book fans, right? If you are familiar with Rogue's whole journey through the X-Men comic book series, there is, back in 1977, I believe, when she was part of the Brotherhood, she meets up with Carol Danvers. They're having a fight, and Rogue absorbs some of her powers.
In Avengers Annual 10,
Oh, there we go.
written by Chris Claremont, drawn by Michael Golden, one of my favorite comics of all time.
Oh, yeah. And in this moment, instead of just temporarily keeping a power, she absorbs some of them permanently, as well as a bunch of Carol's memories. And then that personality appears sometimes too, as we have a lot of times in X-Men, those like dormant personalities manifesting and taking center stage.
I would love that, actually.
Yeah?
if Rogue showed up.
How would you want that executed, Rob?
Well,
Good
make
answer.
it good. I mean, no, I mean, look, if they do introduce Rogue in Marvels, and they do, because I would imagine playing out that situation would be a great way to sort of, you know, if you're going to bring mutants in gradually. Miss Marvel, we've already had an indication of her mutantness, but bringing in Rogue and that situation and having her show up and taking the powers is a really interesting way to create sympathy for the character of Carol Danvers. It's a great comic tie-in. And the fact that Rogue wasn't necessarily an X-Men right away in the comics, I really like that idea. And I don't know who they would cast as Rogue, but Rogue's one of my favorite X-Men. Although, can we call that? You know they're going to change some name. X-People?
I mean, maybe. Or it could be X-Men.
I mean, you know, human X-Men. I hope so. But I love Rogue, so I would love to see that. I don't know if they're going to do it. We haven't heard anything in that. I mean, the movie's already shot.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It'd be really, really cool. And, you know, Marvel is pretty good with their NDAs, so they could keep things under wraps. I love the casting talk, too, of Keke Palmer wanting to be Rogue and her fans really, really wanting that. I think that'd be super, super fun. I aspire to have hair as big as Rogue. I love her so much.
I mean, having somebody be, you know, Creole or something like that, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, same with Gambit. I have no problem with that. But Keke Palmer, she'd crush it as Rogue.
She'd be so great.
Yeah.
She would do a wonderful job. Amy, what do you think about bringing Rogue in this way?
I think it'd be a great idea. I don't feel super confident that they would do it. I'm going to be really, really curious because we've had this X-Men or this mutant tease. And I feel like the question really is now, like, what is the rate at which we are actually going to get our X-persons? I think we can say X-Men. If you're worried about the PC-ness, I'm pretty sure people are going to be fine.
Yeah.
But sort of what is the actual rate at which we are going to get X-Men introduced? The Marvels feels like a really organic way to do it, since clearly we are using, you know, Kamala Khan as sort of this intro in the universe. And I think that would be a really fun way, especially if there is, you know, an easy comic tie-in that just makes perfect sense. And I think Rogue would be a really fun X-Men to start out with. I think she's someone people would be really excited to see, especially with some of this casting buzz that I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll do it, which is a bummer.
I agree. I'm hoping too that if we start out with Rogue, we do start with more of Rogue being a rogue. I do like the brotherhood angle. I think that's really, really fun. Anna Paquin did a lovely job in the X-Men movies that kind of launched the MCU truly. I mean, and you obviously worked on those to a great extent, Rob.
Yeah, I did the special features for the first two for DVD that have later been ported over to Blu-ray and 4K.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And of course, with Days of Future Past, there's two different cuts of that movie. There's the Rogue cut, where they added her back in because they sort of excised her part from the theatrical version. And then they did the version that came out, which I liked. I really liked the Rogue cut.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Rogue. I mean, the X-Men's my favorite Marvel super team. I mean, to me, the X-Men are the Star Trek in my mind. The way I love Star Trek, the X-Men are my Star Trek in terms of comic teams. That and the original New Teen Titans, the Wolfman Perez, and when they teamed up, that was dope.
That was very dope. Well, folks, the question is up for you. Do you think this is a great way to introduce Rogue by bringing her into the Marvels? Do you think they'll do it? Do you think this is a missed opportunity? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. With that down, we are going to take a quick break to hear from one of the sponsors of our show, the folks over at MeUndies.
We want to take a second and thank a sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Luckily, we here at the John Campea Show work with MeUndies, makers of the most buttery, soft, and sustainable undies, bralettes, and socks that exist. Like many of you guys, I have spent my entire life wearing completely useless and uncomfortable underwear. And it wasn't until the good folks at MeUndies sent me my first couple of pairs that I realized I have not been living my life to the fullest. Now I wear MeUndies every single day, and it makes my whole day a hell of a lot more comfortable. Guaranteed to be the softest stuff you've ever felt in your life. Their signature micro-modal fabric is sustainable, breathable, and stretchy as heck. Available in sizes extra small to 4XL, they have new colors and prints dropping weekly, so there's always something exciting to check out. Try their free-to-join membership for free shipping on every order and exclusive perks, like an item shipped to your door every month, secret sales, and early access to their newest stuff. MeUndies has a great offer for the John Campea Show audience. For any first-time purchasers, you get 20% off plus free shipping and returns. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.
And thank you to MeUndies for being a sponsor of the John Campea Show. We appreciate you. Guys, use that Campea code. You get adorable underwear, and you also help support us. So, synergy. Yay! All right, what is our next Mint Mobile call?
Hey, John and crew. This is James from Tennessee calling. So, my question is about She-Hulk. Everyone seems to think the leader is after Jen's blood, but I'm thinking maybe it could be AIM. We haven't really seen them since Iron Man 3, and maybe this could be a way to bring MODOK into the MCU. Maybe I'm just, running up the wrong tree, but what do you guys think? Thanks, and as always, bring on the filthy.
Oh, thanks, James. All right, so in this latest episode of She-Hulk, there was a wedding and not much else happened. But we still don't know who's after her blood. At the very end of the episode, obviously, they start queuing up some other more intense needles to get that blood taken. We know that people are under surveillance. So could it be the leader? Could it be AIM? AIM would be a really, really interesting choice here. Rob, can you fill people in about the comic origins?
Well, it's an interesting callback.
Yeah.
I mean, AIM, what is it? What does the acronym stand for? It's
Advanced Idea Machine?
Yeah, advanced. Yes, something like that. I think it's actually changed.
Probably.
The acronym has changed. But I mean, whether they could combine those two things too. And like we did see, I mean, Justin Hammer, would they bring back him? I don't know. Would Sam Rockwell come back to the Marvel
I wish he would.
universe? I mean, I could see them.
Here, baby.
I just don't think that She-Hulk, I mean, the leader, it's funny because you bring the leader back from the Incredible Hulk, which I've always thought of the Incredible Hulk as Marvel Cinematic Universe adjacent because of the switching cast. But obviously Thunderbolt Ross was great. And I mean, they could bring AIM back. I don't know how, because if they do that, I would think that they're probably, if they're going to set up the leader, we might in New World Order, whatever that's going to be. I could see this leading into something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
My only issue with it being AIM is I always associate that more comic book wise, and I obviously know the movies are different than the comic books, but that's more of a MODOK thing.
Right.
And while I would love to get MODOK in live action, because what a weird friggin' bad guy. I love this character. And I actually really, really love Patton Oswalt's show of MODOK. I think it's so fun. But I associate that more with AIM than, you know, the leader or with Justin Hammer. But I know that's how the movies
I totally agree, though. I mean, and the thing about it is, it's like if any show could introduce MODOK, it would be She-Hulk.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the weird, zany stuff I want, you know? I think MODOK would be a great fit in this show.
But would MODOK be too weird for the MCU now? To see MODOK, and especially after Patton Oswalt's show, which I think is ended.
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's canceled.
Yeah.
But to bring MODOK into the MCU, I mean, after what they did in Loki, I thought that strained credulity. It pushed the edges of the MCU almost to the breaking point in terms of the wacky reality that it's dealing with. I mean, do you want to go that far? They did go that far. So maybe it's MODOK's time. But I think you got to cast a great actor to play MODOK.
This is true.
And we haven't heard that they've done such a thing. I mean, there you go.
His weird.
Are we going to bring that into She-Hulk?
I can't picture it.
It's a little too weird.
No.
I think it's too far.
I'd agree, and I feel like it would feel a little left field, and we already have kind of enough threads in this show that we haven't gotten to yet with 3 episodes left. It's like we still got to do Daredevil. You know, we still got to figure all this out. So I feel like it's going to kind of be the easiest answer.
Yeah.
And this doesn't feel like the easiest answer to me.
What's the easiest answer to you right now?
I guess the leader.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Does anyone think Titania is doing anything on a bigger scale here?
I did, and now I feel like they kind of have shown her hand pretty fully, and it was a little underwhelming.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed, actually. I still don't understand how she wound up at this wedding.
She dated a guy who's friends with the groom, and
That seemed a little random.
Well, I took it as she sought out somebody to get an invite to screw with Jen.
And Lulu seems real superficial, and I'm sure was really stoked that an influencer of her caliber would be at her wedding.
But if Titania why not just, I don't know, pick a fight in the street somewhere?
Because the writer said so.
Because this is why it
You're
happened.
right. I can't argue with that.
All right.
Writer.
But it would be interesting to see MODOK if it was him. I always thought that character in Marvel versus Capcom, I forgot which one, I always picked him just because he looked funny. I mean, I don't know nothing of the character, but I always just found it amusing the way he looks. And I'm not trying to diss anyone that looks like him, but but I just found it that him flying around like it reminded me of Krang from a Ninja Turtle.
Are you a MODOKist?
No, I love MODOK, but I have
just checking.
I don't know anything.
It's either mental or mobile. What is the acronym for it? I always forget this because it's been mental, mobilized, or mechanical, I think, all 3. And then organism designed only for death and killing?
Something, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
welcome to the Friday show.
really
It's just us trying to think of acronyms for 2 hours.
We know
is
that
this
Ray,
good content?
Yeah.
Ray's prejudice against MODOK.
And people scream in the chat.
MODOK, bro.
MODOK stands for mental, mobile, mechanized organism designed only for killing.
Okay. I got there eventually. Circle gets a square. Self 5.
Well, that's actually half our population.
All right. But I think it'd be cool if we brought MODOK in, and I think that's the kind of weird this show needs, but maybe we should have followed some of those other threads or introduced more of that weird at the beginning.
Yeah.
The question is up for you, though, guys. Do you think AIM could be after Jennifer Walters' blood? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. All right. With that down, let's get into our next topic. Who is it?
Hey, John, this is Alan. I know you talked about Don't Worry, Darling recently on your show, but I was wondering, do you think if this movie bombs, do you think it could really affect or derail Olivia Wilde's directing career? Thanks. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Ooh, great question. If Don't Worry, Darling bombs at the box office, is this going to put Olivia Wilde in director jail? For me, the answer is yeah, I think so. I think it will. This movie has been surrounded by a lot of controversy, a lot of drama, and I feel like every interview I watch regarding this show, any bit of news I hear about this, it's about putting out those fires, about how this didn't really happen, this didn't happen either, this is all a matter of perspective, and that's all eclipsed the movie.
Yeah.
So if the movie itself doesn't deliver, it's only going to be known for all of this drama. That's where I'm sitting at least right now. How about you, Amy?
Yeah, I think also just looking at the fact that, what else are we going off of for her direct? She had Booksmart,
Yes.
which was, I thought, a very good movie, a very charming movie, but maybe not a career saver if this completely bombs. And the fact that she's been so central to all of this drama almost makes her feel like a liability, I think. If it was just, all this weird shit happened, what can you do? But it really feels like she made some weird bad moves. And then the kicker has just felt like this movie might not be particularly good. So again, I just don't think she has the track record to go, yeah, that one wasn't great, but here's these 3 other ones. It's like, no, she did Booksmart, which was cute. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I see her bouncing back.
Mm-hmm. Rob?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm actually pulling for Olivia Wilde here because I thought Booksmart was a pretty smashing debut
Yeah, it's good.
directorially. And, she shepherded this film into existence based on a Blacklist script, I believe. And she did a lot of work to show that she had a vision for this movie. And I hope it's good. I like it looks like it's beautifully made and all that. And I just want to point out it made over $3 million in previews last night. AMC has their internal tracking at this film making $27 million this weekend.
Oh, wow.
The Rotten Tomatoes score right now is 87% with the audience.
Okay.
36% with critics. And I think one of the things about, I would hope for this film that people go see it and judge it on its own merits. I have yet to see it. I am going to go see it. Look, the more we have new voices making films, Olivia Wilde's been in the industry for a long time. We saw her speak at CinemaCon.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with how she carried herself and what she had to
Absolutely.
say.
So poised.
Very
Commanded that
poised,
room.
but also she seemed like a director to me. And I would like to see this film succeed. I'm interested in seeing it. It looks great. And all of this controversy, let's sweep that aside. None of it has to do with the film itself.
Yeah, exactly.
None of it. It doesn't have to do with the hundreds of people that worked on this movie, all the technicians, Matthew Libatique, who shot it, all the actors who worked on this film, Florence Pugh, who gave it her all, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, whether you like the movie or not, every single person has said her performance is extraordinary in this. It deserves a chance to succeed on its own merits. All the rest of that has nothing to do with the film. It's all just noise.
And it is the if it's a bomb. It could be a huge, box office success. And at that point, all the controversy kind of goes out the window.
Right. And, if it does indeed fulfill what AMC is thinking about in terms of 27 million, that's a very respectable opening for this movie in
absolutely.
September.
Yeah.
So, I'm pulling for you, Olivia Wilde.
Hey, look at some of the big titles of the films of the 50s. Look at the drama that was surrounded half of those films, and they were successes. So
Yeah.
That's very true. And I am wondering, too, because some people are drawn to the drama, right? Like a moth to the flame. Some people go to movies because of all of the People magazine kind of intrigue that comes around it. So I'm wondering if that gets people who weren't initially going to see this film to actually go to the movie theater to see what all of this is about. So they have more of a, kind of a cohesive view of what went down with everything.
And this is an original film, too. And I just don't want people, if it does have success, I'm sure we're going to hear it's those Harry Styles stands. They were the ones that showed up. I hope that's not the case.
And you know what? If they are, and it's a box
They bought
office success,
tickets.
who gives a shit? They bought tickets.
That's true.
Exactly.
Then she picked the right person.
Yeah,
tickets.
she took a gamble and it paid off.
This
know what they
movie
were gonna
actually
do.
seemed interesting for me from the start. Just the whole
Me too.
premise of it. Like,
Yeah.
what's the ending to this? I don't want to be spoiled or anything. All the tongue inside each other's mouths action I could do without from the trailer. But the actual premise of the movie, I'm very interested in. People are going to be people. That's why we have people that we hang out with and some that
we spit on.
we don't hang out with. That shouldn't matter when it comes to watching a good movie or
Yeah,
not.
just Depeche Mode your life.
But, people are going to
People are
be
people,
who they
man.
are.
Ooh,
That's right.
I like that.
I was thinking it too.
Yeah, I think the only problem with this is who would want to, if all this stuff is true, is who would want to work with her. I'm sure she's gonna be, she'll be fine directing something anywhere else, but would that affect people? Like, oh, maybe I don't wanna.
It might.
But she seems like a very nice person.
Hollywood is filled with douchebag
I was just going to
directors.
say, I feel like it's very
So-
telling that she is getting almost more flack
Right.
for, and I'm not justifying it, but like all the Shia LaBeouf drama, she for choosing to try to get him on this film and kind of lying about that. Well, shitty. I feel like she's getting more flack than like Shia did for the original actual terrible behavior.
Well, Shia's just
also-
in a constant state of getting crap because we're like, it's Shia.
Well,
We expect that from him.
Look, man, making movies is politicking. You're dealing with. I wish you could understand that people have to be quote unquote handled.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yes.
get people to be
Right.
in movies. And this is not underhand. I mean, okay, it is underhanded behavior in certain circles, but it's also, I would call it massaging people's egos and trying to figure out how to get people to work with you. And I'll tell you something. If Matthew Libatique as a cinematographer has good things to say about Olivia Wilde as a director, she'll continue to get good work.
Yep.
And whether Florence Pugh, there's lots of directors that hate their leading actors. And I don't know I don't know the situation between Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde. I don't know, and I don't think it really matters because Florence Pugh delivered a great performance under Olivia Wilde's direction.
yeah.
And that goes a long way. And I think that, I always judge everything by the finished film because nothing else matters.
Yep.
That's very, very true. And well said, Rob. All I've had to go on, is the same thing everyone else has had. The news, the drama surrounding it, and then the reviews. And I just want to read one little review, just one little snippet of one from Rolling Stone. This is from David Fear. Don't Worry, Darling is part angry tweet social thriller, part Harry Styles thirst valentine. Olivia Wilde's fuck you to the patriarchy isn't quite the flaming car wreck that the film's PR tour was, but it also isn't what you'd call good. And that does bum me out because I really want this to be great. Yeah, right?
I will say that being just a casual moviegoer, like if I wasn't doing this work, I would know nothing about any of this, and I probably would have gone seen it. That's. I'm just telling you, being honest. I don't dig myself into this sort of stuff unless I'm like at in the grocery line and I see like a People magazine and it's headlined on there. I would know nothing about what's been going on with this thing. Maybe the Harry Styles bit, but I would keep it at that. I'd be like, oh, that's funny, but won't look into it, won't care. You know what I mean? So that's probably what most people who don't have their head into this stuff will probably think. They'll just see the trailer and be like, oh, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. I don't
That's
know.
interesting because I feel like it was pretty unavoidable on Twitter for me for a
I'm
couple
not
days.
on Twitter either.
Well, there you go. Oh, that's why you're happier than me.
I
Speaking
just
of,
like this movie was called a Harry Styles thirst valentine.
I know, honestly, like the first half of that review, I'm like, are you trying to say this like it's a bad thing? Because
It's a great review. I highly recommend everyone reads it because it is just well written and very fun. Well done, David. Yeah, Tara, you were going to say?
I was just going to say, speaking of spit, I have my tickets tonight to see Don't Worry, Darling in IMAX, and I have my seat in the first 3 rows, so I'm sitting in the splash zone, and I am ready.
Bring your
that's
poncho.
40X.
Yeah, that's what you got to go to a Regal.
Wow.
All right. Well, folks, what do you think? Do you think that if Don't Worry, Darling bombs, could that mean disaster for Olivia Wilde's directing career? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Let's move on to our next topic. What do we have?
Hey, John, this is Justin. I was on CBR today, and I saw a headline that said that Super Mario Brothers will drop their first teaser trailer on October 6th at New York Comic Con. What do you think of that?
Oh, thanks for calling in, Justin. We appreciate it. All right, so we are going to be finally, after waiting on bated breath, we are finally going to be getting our Super Mario movie trailer.
the movie everyone was begging for.
The movie everyone unanimously was okay with the casting of. Guys, are you excited about this movie? For me, I'm not super jazzed about it. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she'd be a great live-action Peach,
Yeah.
too. But as far as this movie goes, and we've talked about this before, I really would have loved to have the OG Mario doing the voice on this. I think it would have been fun. That's the Mario I know and love. Aside from the 1993 film, obviously, what a masterpiece.
But be really, really honest with yourself. Would you actually have wanted to hear that voice for like a full 90 minutes?
Amy, I live with this voice, so yes.
How dare you? Your
I
voice
hear
is
me
delightful.
all the time. This manic depressive piccolo rings through my head all day. But I'm not really excited about this one personally, and I'm a huge Mario fan. I've got, y'all have seen my dumb clothes. I've got like mushroom people overalls and shit. I love everything about Mario, but I'm not really excited about a movie. I don't know. Why are you disappointing me, Ray? Tell me why I should be excited.
Good Mario movie.
Do we?
Waiting for it. I've been waiting for this. Imagine the cool things they could do. We just need one. We don't need a franchise. Just give me one. And then let me have it. Just let me have this.
Okay. Well,
let
for
me
Ray,
have this.
I love that Ray's talking about like this is it. This is the thing that will heal our
is what we've
nation.
all been waiting
this
for.
This is it, man. More, I don't, voice whoever they cast aside. Mario, I mean, who doesn't get happy when they see Mario? I mean, and then Toad. I want to see Bowser show up and cause I want to see bricks flying at the screen. If this was 3D, I don't know if they do that anymore. But let me just make my movie. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
no, I want to see.
We need to call Illumination then. And
I'm so interested to see if this is an origin, like if they're going to start from the beginning, if this is just. Yeah, I'm really interested to see where they're going with this. That's all.
What about you guys? Rob, are you excited about this?
I to be honest, no. I'm not excited about this. But I would say that it's not because I like Mario. As a matter of fact, there's an interesting story to be told that really hasn't ever been told. But I worked on the original Super Mario movie, Super Mario Brothers. It was
the one with Bob and John?
No, the one that was going to be made with the director of Mom and Dad Save the World. And I was working for Tony Gardner at Altarian Studios, and Fred Caruso was producing it for Roland Joffe's company, Leitmotiv. And we worked on it for 6 months, making Koopa and all the crazy creatures. It was going to be a vastly different movie. And I was sort of the liaison between the effects house and the producer, because I had known Fred back when I worked at Warner Brothers, when he worked on Bonfire of the Vanities. And it was a very different movie. And they decided to scrap that direction because Mom and Dad Save the World didn't do very well. And they went in a completely different direction, and then we were off the film.
Aww.
So it was a really interesting time. But this animated movie, I hope it's good. I want it to be good. What, right?
I hope it's either good or just an absolute train wreck. You know what I mean? Like, I would accept either of those quite gladly if it's like, you gotta see it. Like, if it's like on that level of like the what is that, Super Mario Brothers movie of just like, you have to see it. It's wild. My worst fear is that it's just gonna be like, it's not great.
like how we feel about the Munsters. The same way.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It should be really good or just really bad.
Yeah, I would accept just like, this is just a wild dumpster fire of a film. I would be okay with that. I would go see it. I mean, gladly.
The bar right now for a Mario Brothers film is set quite low.
Well,
right?
I mean, can we look at the Illumination's track record at least for the past couple movies they've done? If they've done well, if they've done pretty good, because that's who's behind this animation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would imagine that it's probably going to be a good film. I mean, animated films are made differently than live action movies. I mean, they're basically, there's various iterations. They refine the story before they even get to the final animation. So I'm hoping that they had a good idea. They've really worked it, and it's good.
I will say, Chris Pratt, I'm on the fence with, but a lot of this casting, when I heard it, was like, oh, that's clever casting. Like, people where you did kind of go, all right, I kind of like that. I'm kind of curious.
For sure. And to your point too, Ray, Illumination has done some really great stuff. Obviously, they have a $1 billion franchise with all the Minions stuff. The Grinch didn't really fire for me just because we still have the Jim Carrey one. Why would you ever need to make a new one? Secret Life of Pets.
You have the Boris.
Yeah, why'd the Jim Carrey one need to exist? But I digress.
I like the Jim Carrey one more than the Boris
Secret
Karloff
Life.
one.
They didn't do the bad guys, did they?
Oh.
That was DreamWorks.
Oh, that was DreamWorks.
That was, yeah.
Oh.
But maybe this will exceed expectations. And, you know, I mean, we already know what the character design is, so it should look fun.
Next year, when they get their Oscar for Best Picture, we're all going to feel real
I'm
silly.
going to have a lot of egg on my face.
And if the trailer is good, imagine the crowd opening night. I mean, they go crazy for Minions. I mean, we have a bunch of Nintendo fans. I know Anne, her best friend Kaori, they're always in Mario Luigi gear. I bet you they'll be all over the place opening night if the trailer is good, if people are excited. So this first trailer better hit.
It's just kind of a teaser, right? So I feel like we're probably not going to be able to glean too much from it.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Hopefully it's cool so we get really nice stuff at Nintendo Land here in LA.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, guys, let us know what you think, though. That trailer is dropping October 6th. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Do you care about a Super Mario Brothers movie? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. And with that down, we will take another moment to hear from one of the sponsors of our show, the good folks over at MasterClass. They're awesome.
Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MasterClass. You guys know we have been sponsored by MasterClass, and we love them here at the John Campea Show for giving us in-depth information on a wide variety of topics from the world's best experts. With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn the art of filmmaking from James Cameron, improve your cooking skills from Gordon Ramsay, or learn how to make compelling YouTube videos from Marquise Brownlee. With over 150 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. I was recently watching through the independent filmmaking course by Spike Lee, and I found it fascinating that not only did he cover the broader topics like working with actors, but he also gets into finer details like working with a cinematographer and how to properly audition a DP for your project. It was fascinating. So guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.
And thank you to MasterClass for being a sponsor of this show. MasterClass is so rad. I know how to debone a whole chicken now thanks to Gordon Ramsay, and he didn't yell at me once in these scenarios. So go get him. All right, guys, before we get to our next Mint Mobile question, we're going to head over to Ray. He's going to take some of your member questions.
Oh, we have one more, though.
We have one more
shoot,
topic.
sorry.
Hey.
I thought I heard
Hey,
that
John,
instruction
Ray.
wrong.
Thanks for everything you do. This is Brooks. My question is, why did Avatar only re-release in 3D format? I feel like Disney is missing a major opportunity to cash in on some more screenings, but they only decided to go with 3D screenings. What are your thoughts on that? Thanks for everything.
Thanks for calling in, Brooke. We appreciate it. So first of all, there are a lot of 3D screenings, but there are some 2D screenings of this. However, I think the big push for this is because you are meant to see this movie in 3D. Sure, the ticket's more expensive. Yes. Will that help with the box office? Absolutely.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, fuck this. I'm not seeing it.
I have a longer version on Blu-ray. If you'd like to watch it.
Absolutely not.
This plays directly to his complaint. People are going to be like, oh, the second one is going to be too long, and they're going to hate it.
Absolutely it is, James. I got places to be.
Yeah, think of us, James.
Sorry. I just, my weekend,
James Cameron is being so
she's so
inconsiderate by
mad.
not thinking about your timetable. This makes me very happy.
I got a lot going on,
That went
James.
from like, it's definitely in my queue for the weekend. No.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
No, I'll go see it, but I'm not happy about it.
What are we going to do with
Trust
all the
me,
blue body
you're-
paint if you don't go see it?
You will like it.
All right.
I will say, I think I low key, because I actually didn't see Titanic till they re-released it in theaters either.
That was long too, though.
That was long, and I kind of had the same response, and I walked out of it like, yeah, I loved it.
I was way too little to see that movie.
Yeah, I was too.
I was like 11 or something. And
Yeah.
was like, whoa, no.
I was like, that's gonna be real
I
sad.
will say Avatar is one of those things you do have to see it once at least, just because it's one of those movies that broke a lot of ground back then. I mean, and seeing it in the correct format would.
And that's the thing. I could not imagine going to see it, bothering to go see it in theaters and not seeing it in 3D. Like that would be insane to me. To give up 3 hours of my life.
Look, by design, Avatar is the most incredible 3D film ever made by a wide margin. You had James Cameron doing what James Cameron's got a James Cameron, and he never James Cameron better than he did in Avatar.
He James Cameron hard.
They create he was based James Cameron. I mean, it
ruined
was
himself.
this film is such an astonishing achievement in 3D presentation. If you see it in 3D IMAX, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Like beyond. And the reason I think that anybody should go see it, the fact that we're getting it re-released, a huge re-release in 3D, any film fan, any fan of fantasy cinema, science fiction, this is one of the peak movie-going experiences of all time. I mean, look, you can sit there and it's like Fern Gully or Pocahontas, whatever.
Which makes it awesome.
I'm like,
Those are great.
I'm like, these are, yes, classical storytelling. I get it. It resembles other stories that you've seen before, like many other movies, like Top Gun Maverick resembles Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean anything. This movie has a sense of wonder the way other movies only aspire to, hope to, never can reach. And seeing this in 3D IMAX by the way, go see it in a Dolby Cinema or go see it in IMAX because you have to see it in cinemas that are optimized for 3D. That's the big thing. And look, I'm not a Disney shill because this was a Fox movie to begin with anyway. But if you want to have a great transportive time at the movies, go see this movie in IMAX 3D. Report back to the Bobster here and tell me I'm wrong.
The Bobster?
The Bobster.
All right.
Are we doing that now?
Myself. When I'm talking Avatar, I talk about myself in the third person.
I love it.
I call you the Bobcat from now on.
Ooh.
Well, I've been called that before, but
Hey, Bobcat.
not during the day.
Would someone like to trade seats? I don't want to sit next to Rob anymore.
I think, too, the big thing about the 3D as well is you're so much more immersed in that world. That it's used so effectively that it's not gimmicky stuff of things are just popping out at you. You feel like you are there. You are part of this world, and you become much more entrenched in it, and you fall in love with it in the same way that you see Jake Sully fall in love with this world.
Well, that's exactly right. If you see it's the same way like when you saw the Shogun miniseries and Richard Chamberlain's character learns about Japanese culture, and we, the audience, are learning about Japanese culture through his eyes. The same is true of this. I mean, I can't tell you how this is not the way this was shot. It was all designed to be 3D, so it's not like you're watching a movie that was post-converted. I mean, the way it's so immersive. It's like nothing you've seen before.
Right.
And also, you'll like it.
And also look at the bright side. Since you're seeing it in 3D, what's the best, unless you snore, what's the best way to hide your closed eyes? 3D glasses, baby. Just
Always
the whole
thinking
time.
ahead. Ray, knowing it's 3 hours long and everything and having seen this movie before, are you going to go?
I actually am. Don't laugh. I'm actually interested in seeing this because it's been a long time since I've seen a movie in 3D, and I actually like 3D.
Oh, I love
Everyone
it.
craps on it. I Doctor Strange, I wanted to see it in 3D. I didn't, so I'm interested in seeing this, but I'm not sure if I'll be awake the whole time, and I'm being serious. I don't know, but I do want to see it again, or just see the 3D stuff, because it was something that blew my mind, and I think I watched it twice in theaters, which is crazy for me. I'm usually one and done, even if I like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if time allows me to.
What if I go too deep down the rabbit hole and I'm one of those people who gets really depressed when I have to leave the movie?
Oh, well,
But that's okay. I'll just mingle with my regular depression, so we'll be fine.
Therapy.
Well, thank you for BetterHelp sponsoring the show sometimes, too. We appreciate that. Well, guys, remember, you can see Avatar, the re-release, in regular 2D format, but why the heck would you? Let us know if you think you should go see it in 2D or if you're on the 3D board. All right? Thanks so much. All right, with that down, we will now get into a few of our member chats, and we're going to open up the super chats. All right?
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank Leo Lang for gifting 1 John Campea membership. So whoever got that,
oh, thanks,
congrats. Leo. That's from Leo. Our first one is from Ron H. He says, "Yay for 3 months membership. Had a chance to watch Jaws in 3D, but was disappointed it wasn't Jaws 3D. Large mama sharks are scary." Was there a Jaws 3D? Like an actual
Jaws 3
Yes.
was in 3D. I saw it in theaters, actually.
It came out the same summer as Metal Storm, The Destruction of Jared Sin, and Friday the 13th.
Was it
3D.
good?
No,
Time to be
it
alive.
was terrible.
It was not good.
Okay, Jaws 3D or Piranha 3D? Which one was the better movie?
Piranha
I saw-
3D.
Oh, okay. So little fish. Kevin Cal writes, GM, Batman Beyond crew or game?
Good morning.
What? Good morning. I'm sorry. It's been crazy time for TV. Finally caught up on Rings, Dragon, She-Hulk, and now the amazing Andor. What a time to be alive. Gonna watch Avatar in IMAX 3D tonight. Can't wait to see the upgraded quality.
Me too.
So there were modifications made to the movie, or edits made to the movie.
It's been remastered.
Yeah, it's been remastered in 4K. Now, I don't know if they went back to the effects and actually up-res them or up to 4K, but probably.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
Why not?
James Cameron's behind it. He wants the top quality. And then our last one is from Chris Hunt. He writes, "What's the first theme song that comes to mind when you hear the HBO blah? BWAAA. I
think
can't
it's
watch
just
Game
a-
of Thrones without hearing that sweet Entourage riff.
Honestly, for me, and it's interesting, right? Because he just said Entourage or whatever, and whenever I hear that with that, what I think of that comes next is dun 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 for enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I go Game of Thrones.
You know how old I am? For me,
How
it's
old are you?
Dream On. I know you're all looking at me like, what? Brian Benben's Dream On. Dun-na-na-na-na-na.
Stop making things up, Rob.
Dun-na-na-na-na. Have you guys never seen Dream On?
and Amy's
You're all looking at me like I'm crazy. I am that old.
Amy's
I mean, I'm no longer who's your daddy, it's who's your grandfather.
anymore?
Who's your
No.
great-grandfather? Rob Burnett,
What?
because he's the only person that remembers Dream On.
What year did it come out?
Probably before you were born. Early 90s, maybe?
But how come?
Well, I mean, I
You guys
wasn't.
don't know Dream
I
On?
wasn't
All right,
watching
it's time
HBO
to
in the
put
early
Grandpa
90s. I was definitely born.
He won't stop yelling at us about Dream On.
I used to watch a show on HBO called Dream On. Sure you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
that existed.
Aw.
Oh,
I'm sure it was
man.
great.
Next, you'll tell us you watch music videos on MTV. Come on.
Sounds wild. All right, and that's it for member chats. Awesome. Well, we are going to take a quick break then to hear from the mega sponsor of the show, the good folks of Mint Mobile, and then we'll do super chats.
Hey guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. And now for the plot twist. I'm just kidding, there isn't one. Seriously, Mint Mobile just has premium wireless service from $15 a month. There's no trapping you into a 2-year contract or opening the bill to find these crazy fees. There's no luring you in with free subscriptions to streaming services that you'll forget to cancel and be charged full price for. I used to dread opening my phone bill every month because every time I was opening it, it was like playing roulette. I never knew what the actual price was going to be, and it always seemed to get higher. But not with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're worried about the complication of switching things over, don't. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, get premium wireless from just $15 a month and no unexpected plot twists at mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Seriously, you'll make your wallet very happy at mintmobile.com/Campea.
And thank you to Mint Mobile and your little fox there, who were really,
Minty.
That seemed aggressive.
Mr. Minty.
Mr. Minty. We really would like that. Ryan, come on, let's name him. All right, guys, with that all done, let's get into your super chats. Amy, what do we have?
Khalil Frederick sending in some support. Thank you. And then we got, can we scroll up slightly, please?
The name
Down.
would be nice. Here we
Some
go.
direction. Suthius said, I'm all about my fellow Asians doing good things in the business, but I gotta ask, 2008's The Hulk or Gemini Man? Which would you watch again? Both directed by the incredible Ang Lee, but both are
Oof, I'd probably watch Gemini Man over the Hulk, personally.
I'm a Hulk stan, man.
Yeah?
I think the Hulk, it's not entirely successful, but it's interesting. And I love the action scene when the Hulk goes out into the desert and starts throwing tanks around.
I mean,
The end is a little weird, admittedly.
yeah.
Odd.
What about you, Amy?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've seen either now that I'm thinking about it.
You're
It's
not
like
missing
2 hours and
anything.
45
I guess
minutes.
I'd watch the Hulk though, just because like, yeah, I wasn't that interested when it came out, but it's like I'd be curious to see how far we've come.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
Yeah.
reason I would pick that one.
It's got some very impressive effects in it, even now.
Yeah?
It really does. ILM did that work. It's pretty amazing.
I'll wait for the 3D re-release.
They add an extra hour. It's really
Yeah, I think 2 hours and 45
Yeah,
minutes
it's
because I'll
really
still
fun.
pick it over Avatar.
What's next?
Suthius said, how Jen was treated at the wedding is very believable because it has personally happened to me. Oh, I relate a lot to her because were both the nice person who is sometimes taken advantage of.
Aw, Suthius. Well, one, I'm sorry that's happened to you at a wedding before. Yeah, that was some brutal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Amy, you're going to get married this year.
Are you going to treat
Next
Are you
year,
anyone like
or
that?
next year? Are you going to treat your bridesmaids a little better than Jen? Or are you going to be like, you're my Jen, bitch?
Oh, 100% was just taking notes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell
I'm excited
yeah.
for you to be full Lulu.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Can't wait.
What else we have?
Stubble McShay said, trying to avoid spoilers.
You came to the wrong place.
I enjoyed episode 5 of Rings of Power. I just wonder why some people didn't leave with a certain item when they had the time to do it.
We'll get into that. in the after show.
Yes, we will talk about that.
If I watch the episode, I don't know what item he's even talking about. I have no idea.
Andy said, Sir Kristen Cole pounded that poor Sir Joffrey harder than he did Rhaenyra. Bring on the filthy.
All right.
Wow.
What a terrible day to have a mouth and the ability to read. Thank you for making me do that.
That was brutal, man. That shocked me.
Harv's K said, Rob, I know 1/12 scale is not your bag, but did you see Hasbro's just announced the 80s cartoon D&D figures?
Well, I know.
Wow.
You know, I do collect like Mezco, some of the 1/12 movie figures like Diabolic and Clockwork Orange and the Warriors, but not really my bag. But that's cool that they look the animated D&D from the 80s is not something I would be purchasing, but I am happy for all of you. Well, just not something I collect.
Rob, did you see the Fantastic Four that Mezco's doing? The 1/12, the whole team.
Yeah, they're great.
You wouldn't get that?
So you know what?
You want in on that?
I'm superheroes. I'm all about hot toys and third party, 6 scale. But they're great.
But thanks for bringing that up. I'm a 1/12 collector, so I'm going to check those out.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet.
It's cool they're doing them.
Andy said, I'm so disappointed that in Andor, is it B2 Emo?
Yeah.
All right. B2 Emo isn't in black and doesn't even bother playing Linkin Park.
I imagine B2 Emo is listening to a lot of my chem. But that's just 'cause
I really like the idea of a little droid with just that little like bang swoop.
bang,
Yeah.
little
Like
droid
covering
waiter.
one little droid.
Oh, I love
B2
it.
emo is definitely numb.
I would die for B2 emo, which I think just shows that I am also that very emo kid where I'm like, I will lay in front of this droid. Fuck, I love him so much. I think he's perfect. Taylor and I were looking at action figures the other day.
What? Are there any out yet?
Yeah, they're
There's-
really cute.
Okay,
I think it looks kind of poopy.
Oh shit, it looks poopy. I mean,
If you want to get it, we can get it. We can put it in the
Already
office.
ordered
Taylor. We can put it in the office. It'll be fine.
Mike Joyce said, Rings of Power gave me my new favorite idiom. Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
I'm such a 12-year-old that I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, when is that? When are you going to say that to a person? Because I would refrain.
The lead up to that line is really, really great. I just wish we stopped at it. Give me the meat.
I just feel like out of context. It's got a little where's the beef energy.
Yeah, that's like prison talk.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm excited for a whole new generation of Lord of the Rings fans to get some weird tattoos, though. So enjoy.
Tachi Victor asks, Rob, IMAX 3D or real 3D? Which is better?
Well, I go IMAX because it's bigger. And, size does matter when it comes to IMAX.
Oh, boy.
Or giving someone the meat and giving them raw.
Wow. Wow.
Now Rob wants to change chairs. Like a new Orego. We're gonna do like a sitcom, like draw a tape line of like you stay on your side of the desk.
Are you guys battling on who can make each other weirder?
Orlando Orego said, "Was there a favorite 3D movie you saw in theaters?"
Jaws 3.
Avatar for me. I mean,
Yeah, it was probably
Yeah.
Avatar.
I actually, and I have complaints about this movie, but the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, in moments, I thought really, oh, I'm getting a stank face from Chris right now. There are good things and bad things about that movie. It is has some very book accurate stuff that they usually don't bother putting into
That is
adaptations. And as like a really hardcore fan of that book, it made me very happy. But I just remember there were moments that felt like a theme park ride, which sucked. But there were moments where it actually just felt like you were very engulfed in that world of like Dickensian London. And I thought that was a pretty magical use of 3D. I also feel like when 3D was big, I just was always like, I'm not paying extra to have a headache. So
I want to say I appreciate Amy for not taking the easy way out and naming something else other than Avatar. Mine was the last one I watched was San Andreas. And I thought that one worked a little bit. They could have done more, but that was the last one I watched. I don't know what my favorite is.
okay, since you're calling me out.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
calling
say
you out,
Dial
Rob.
M
I thought
for
I was looking
murder.
at you the whole time.
How about that? That's my favorite 3D
Coraline
experience.
was fun in 3D.
Oh, okay.
You know, Sonic in 40X, that was really fun.
Oh,
that was really, really fun.
Okay.
Collie Wally says, October is right around the corner, and I'm putting together a list of underrated horror movies to watch. Y'all got any good recommendations? Thanks.
Go to these people. Go to them.
Well, Watch a great French double bill. Watch Martyrs and Inside, but don't watch the American remakes.
God.
And I'm telling you, first of all, watch Martyrs first, and then watch Inside as a palate cleanser afterwards.
Don't. I saw Inside. That's the first movie that made me physically ill, and I just had to stop it. It's just not. The visuals on that thing were not. Just the thought of everything.
Hey, it's just about a woman who wants a baby.
Yes. Oh my God,
Like
I'm getting
Ace of
sick.
Base song,
I'm getting
or-
sick just thinking about it right now.
So good.
Well, if you're
It
looking
is
for
good,
some,
but you have to have the stomach for that. Don't eat when you're watching Inside. Can we at least say that?
Okay.
Could say that.
if you're looking for some underrated horror movies from this century, I would recommend Malignant. A lot of people haven't seen it. I'm like the only person I know that's seen Malignant. It came out last year, I think. So good. And then my favorite, it's not really horror, but Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah.
I'll bring that movie up any chance I get.
I love Elvira.
Oh, I don't know where you can find it at this point, but if you want just fully like cornball so bad it's good 80s, my favorite horror movie is a movie called Blood Diner. And
Directed by Jackie Hong.
And I cannot recommend it highly enough.
I saw that in a theater.
It is a masterpiece.
The only ones I do really are Cabin in the Woods, Tucker Dale versus Evil.
A great movie.
Wolf Cop, because it's hilarious. It's so funny. And then everyone should always support my friend Asta Paredes. She's in the Return to Nukem High. She's Chrissy in volumes 1 and 2, and she does tons of horror movies as well. Go check out Asta's whole catalog.
And if you want to celebrate early, next year's the 50th anniversary of the masterpiece, The Exorcist. And a lot of people haven't seen The Exorcist. And I think you should watch it if you haven't seen it. Watch it at midnight, turn off the lights.
If you were raised Catholic, you're going
It's
to
even
feel
better.
bad. Well, you're going to feel worse. What else we have?
Nom Your Cookie said, Daniel G. plug for Chris.
Oh, hey, Daniel. He's one of my voiceover students.
Hey, your VO class is awesome. Why does Disney treat short seasons with short episodes as their hamburger hill? Is there a purpose?
Aw. Well, thank you, first of all, for plugging my class. There's a new one starting October 2nd. You can get
Where
in
can
there.
people find your class,
You can
Chris?
find it over at eebstudios.com right now. You can also go through my socials to get to it. Ding. Okay, so why are they treating shorts? Sorry, what's the rest of it? I made it about me. Okay. Where'd it go? There we go. Why does Disney treat short seasons with short episodes as their hamburger hill? Is there a purpose? Oh, I'm not sure why we're doing these short episodes and short seasons. It's one of our biggest complaints on this show, and one of the biggest issues I think that they're having in doing stuff. We've seen with Andor of having like a much longer, we're only 3 episodes in, so I'll pump the brakes a little bit, but those are lengthier episodes. We know we're getting more of those. We're getting 5 seasons, I believe, or no. How many seasons of that?
We're getting 2 seasons of Andor.
At least. But
In blocks of 3 episodes.
there we go. And that seems to be a much more effective way of telling at least that story. And with Daredevil, we're supposed to be getting more episodes as well. But so far, we've been getting all these like 8 or 9ers, and
It's just hard because it feels like they're trying to cram 12 episodes worth of stuff into 8 episodes. It's like you can do an 8-9 episode arc that feels satisfying and good. You've just got to actually work with what you got.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I agree with that. I also, the problem with these is I don't think these are being written as episodics. I think they're being written, like with Andor, clearly they wrote probably 1 script, and that script was then cut into 3 episodes. Where, look, if the pilot for Star Trek: The Next Generation was 90 minutes long. Basically, Andor would have been a 90-minute pilot if they'd gone with that whole. And I get it; they want to have more content, but they're not fooling anyone. Yeah. It doesn't feel like these episodes are satisfying from a narrative standpoint. You're not getting a full meal of a story. And when you watch Andor, it's like they just randomly, let's end it here.
that's true.
It was
Very
so
abrupt
weird.
cuts.
Yeah.
So I feel like with these Disney shows, we are not getting, whereas the Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, Defenders, Iron Fist, they felt like actual episodic shows because they were an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a full set of episodes too.
Yes.
Gave them
Sometimes
room to
too
play.
many.
Sometimes, but then you'd have really great character explorations, like the one with Jessica and Kilgrave in her head, which was
amazing.
great, and he was severely lacking in the show. Killing him off in season 1 was not smart.
No.
Jose Andres Estrada Vaca says, thank you for putting me through my flu right now.
Oh, Jose, I hope you feel better. Thanks for watching.
fluids. Dildar says, "Hey, Rob and Ray, have you guys seen the previews for Gundam Witch from Mercury? It looks sick. It will have the franchise's first female protagonist."
Yeah, I mean, there's so many interesting. What they've done with the Gundam franchise over the last 3 or 4 years has been really, really interesting. I mean, it's. I've been starting back in 2015 with Gundam Origin. I love Gundam, and I'm a Universal Century guy, and I'm glad that they got back to the Universal Century as opposed to everything else they were doing. But I have not. I don't know much about. I'm behind on Gundam
I
now.
just pulled up these trailers and it looks dope because I'm so out of the Gundam loop. I watched Gundam Wing when it was part of Toonami, and I'd get like Endless Waltz and.
Well, that was what the
but-
first Gundam show they really brought to America
Yeah.
was, and even though that's not a Universal Century, it has some of my favorite Gundam designs,
Mm-hmm.
like the Endless Waltz. Oh, I love that Gundam.
Yeah.
Big fan. But yeah, and, look, where's the live action Gundam movie? I sometimes put on Ready Player One just to watch the RX-78 in action. Just saying, you know.
What else?
Ben Schreiber says, "Hey, Campea crew. Tonight I'm going to the Columbus Symphony to hear the Raiders of the Lost Ark score played live. Where does it rank for you among your favorite Williams scores? Bring on the filthy."
Ooh, I mean, it's up there for me. I really like it. I mean, there's no clankers with John Williams. There's nothing that I'm like, wow, he really just like phoned that one in.
Yeah.
You just did it for the money.
That is a top tier Williams score. You know, the opening of that score, where you see over the Paramount Mountain and it comes in South America in 1936, that whole opening sequence is peak John Williams scoring. It is so good. And it doesn't use the march. It's great.
Wait, Rob, is that the Indiana Jones I watched for Movie Club? Because that's the only one I've seen so far.
Raiders.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What'd you think of that one?
Oh,
I didn't watch Movie Club.
I love the Indiana Jones movie that we watched. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to make sure that was the theme song from the correct.
Yeah, Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. Okay.
Nice. But yeah, great soundtrack.
Next we have Suthius. Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. That's as much stank as I'm putting on that today. What's a childhood movie you still love? For me, it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Ooh,
so many.
Adventures in Slumberland probably would be mine.
Oh, I thought you were going babysitting.
No, I mean I love that one too, but they're remaking it too. They're remaking Slumberland with Jason
Chris,
Momoa.
what about The Pebble and the Penguin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one.
I feel like all the Disney movies kind of feel like cheating. The first one that popped into my head for some reason was Chicken Run, of just a movie I think is actually still just
Friggin' love that
an
movie.
absolute delight of a film.
Oh,
It's great. It's genuinely so much fun.
My favorite childhood movie was George Powell's production of Byron Haskins' 1953 adaptation of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds.
Okay, Grandpa. It's okay,
Come on.
Grandpa.
And guess what comes out on 4K next week?
Is
Not
it that?
movie.
Yes, it's that. I'll tell you another movie I like, but I was a little older. I was like 9. Alan Parker's Bugsy Malone.
We've talked about Bugsy Malone.
Yeah.
We love Bugsy Malone.
You got to see Bugsy Malone. If you haven't seen Bugsy Malone, you haven't lived.
Oh, that's a great
Mine
one.
is The Wizard.
The Wizard?
With Fred Savage.
Oh, I saw
The
that as a
video game.
double feature one time.
That was
I
so
remember
good
when
to
that
me.
first came out.
Nice.
The introduction of a brand new Mario game in a movie. That was awesome.
I would go. I was just talking about this last night. The Secret of Nim was definitely like a rewatch over and over in the 80s. But along the same era of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, this came out earlier, was Disney's Babes in Toyland. So that's that kind of same era that
one
I
with
used
Keanu?
to love. Huh?
The one with Keanu?
Well, it was 1961.
Oh.
Babes in Toyland. That's why I say it was the same era as Chitty Chitty Bang
sorry,
Bang.
sorry.
Which was 68. And then there was a Laurel and Hardy version of that too that I liked. But anyway.
Speaking of Disney movies, I love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that's a great one.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
I loved an anime version of that as a kid. That was really, really
Yeah,
great.
I know that, but it's good.
it's so cute.
It's good stuff.
Yay.
Suthius said, I was looking at some box office numbers. Despicable Me made over 500 mil. Despicable Me 2 and Minions 2 made over 900 mil. Despicable Me 3 and Minions 1 made over 1 billion.
Dang.
Let's go, Mario.
What's the over under on that? What about 200 million, Ray? Over under Mario. Does it make more than 200 million? Over 200 million?
If it can become a meme, like if it becomes like a meme thing that people are like.
Hold on. When I was looking up the Mario thing, it said Netflix on there. Is that even a theatrical release?
Oh, it should be. I thought it was going to theaters because it's Illumination.
On IMDb, it said Netflix. So now I might have to. Well, we'll figure. I don't want to spread any false news, but that's what I saw on IMDb when looking at the info to write the notes. So
I don't know.
Well, then under.
Yeah, it's not going to make 200 million domestic.
Oh man,
I meant domestic, by the
If
way.
it's out in theaters, you think it's going to do really well?
if it's out in theaters, it makes me feel better that it might be a good movie. If it's straight to Netflix now, maybe I should tone down my excitement.
Amazon now?
A little bit. Until Netflix starts winning a little bit more with their big releases. You know? We'll see. We'll see. Who knows?
What's next?
Fredo Valcott says, "Hey gang, keep up the amazing work."
You keep being amazing, Fredo.
Yeah,
Freaking
man.
love saying your name. It's the best.
Fredo was trying to start a cancellation of me because of my MODOK rant. I said I like looking at MODOK. What's wrong with that?
Why would anyone try to cancel you, right?
No, I'm just saying, I just wanted to point out that if you look like MODOK, I'll like looking at you. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
What's next?
Because you'll be flying around in like a little vehicle.
It's okay.
It's okay, buddy.
Am I just digging myself into a hole right here?
Yes.
I'm going to come wheel over and take
Don't
that
mind
shovel.
him. He likes looking at you.
Irene Jobson says, "I like big moons and I cannot lie. All my other auras can't deny." You got one musical.
That was well done.
Good try.
We appreciate
Golf
that.
claps. Golf claps.
Golf claps.
Yeah.
You just gave it a golf clap.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Anubis Genocide said, "I'm on the fence with the Mario movie. I think it'll come down to what the story is. Zelda with its lore would have been a better choice in that regard."
I
Yeah.
agree.
Zelda would make a badass
That'd be a
movie.
great movie.
Yeah,
Zelda
I mean,
cartoon?
as far as the fantasy context of Zelda,
Yeah.
I think you have a lot more leeway there. Mm-hmm. I mean, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be good.
And we need to redeem the "excuse me, princess" from that cartoon.
Me.
Norwegian Kryptonian says, "I feel like the Lord of the Rings show is the world's most expensive CW show."
Dang, bro.
Oh,
Whoa, shots fired.
boom, roasted.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
That's fair. I think it's pretty and I think it's interesting, but I also know that I am biased.
I mean, I thought this episode was a big step up.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed my time watching this. About halfway through, I'm like, I'm enjoying myself today. I didn't feel like, somebody was pulling my molars out.
That's how you felt watching this show.
It's not that bad.
Well, yeah, up until this episode, pretty much.
Wow.
So
But now you have
dramatic.
really nice teeth. So
Khalil Frederick said, "Want to throw out a rec for AMC Plus's Pantheon. It's a great 40-minute sci-fi animated series. The 4 episodes are out, and I've loved them. It's about UI uploaded intelligence. First episode on YouTube. It's a crazy ride."
Well, that's cool.
Ooh, that
If it's
sounds
on
really
YouTube, yeah.
interesting.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It
I didn't
all
even know it
depends on-
existed.
It all depends on when John gets the AMC Plus. Is when I will.
When you
is
get
when
that
I will
Campea
have
Plus
secret
add-in.
access.
Yeah.
Tim Platt said, "All these reboots of classic cartoons from my childhood make me want a Darkwing Duck one next."
I loved Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I thought we were getting one. Because DuckTales. Listen,
Sorry.
well done, everyone. DuckTales really set it up that it seemed like we were going to get a new Darkwing Duck because we had this whole thing where they bring in Jim Cummings because who else would play him? But then he's the actual actor who was playing Darkwing Duck on the old series. And then you have in the new actor who ends up becoming actual Darkwing Duck. And it was really, really fun. And then Jim Cummings' character becomes Negaduck. There's so much lore and they could have done it. And I just want Disney to give me the things that I want. Okay? You're giving Ray a Mario movie. Come on.
Well, I never asked for the Mario movie, but I'm just accepting of what's served to me.
Oh, is that
I'm saying.
is that my mistake?
Yeah. And also, Matt Reeves, we got Matt Reeves here. He could direct the R-rated, the
Oh my
Darkwing.
gosh. That you could do a.
The Darkwing, right there.
He can't because he has a deal with Warner Brothers.
Oh.
It's true.
Screwjohn says, "MODOK is supposed to be in Ant-Man, right?"
Is MODOK?
I don't know.
If he is,
That'd be
guess
fun.
who's there?
I feel like he's a good fit for Ant-Man.
Yeah, I mean, who's
Fun.
playing him?
That's true. I want to know that. But that he's weird, and so is
Sort of the Ant-Man
the Ant-Man folks
universe.
are too.
I mean, Quantum Mania. I'm expecting a lot of mania. So why not bring some MODOK into that
Exactly.
mania?
And
Change the
Ray
M to
will
Mania.
love
Yeah.
looking at him.
I think it'd be great.
there.
Yep. Just loving it.
Could happen.
South Texas Shark said, Ray, what are your top 3 video games?
This is gonna be the worst thing ever, but I do like the story games. Like Just Cause 3, not in a particular order. Life is Strange, and the other one I beat is I'll just say Halo 2. That's it.
Ooh.
I've never seen
those
someone
are the-
tap out of their top 3 like that. Halo, fuck it.
No. I'm just saying which ones were my most memorable that I spent the most time playing
Yeah.
or been affected by. Those 3. That's it.
Ray, did you get your construction simulator game yet?
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
It's shipped 2 days ago, coming from Asia.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah.
wanted a physical media, Rob. Me and you, baby.
I'm right there. Did you ever play Onimusha?
Yes.
I'm a
That's
huge
an
Onimusha
original.
fan. All 3 of them.
That's an original. Wow, that goes back. That's like the first sort of Devil May Cry sort of.
Yeah, and I love the first Devil May Cry too. Mm-hmm. But I love those are Capcom games.
Yep.
Man, I was an Onimusha fiend. Samanosuke. I loved it.
Can you just always do that?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I love
That needs
corny
to be your
games.
sign off from now on.
It's all corny games with me, like Parappa the Rapper. All those
I
are
love
all
Parappa the
great to me.
Rapper.
Yeah.
So fun. Aw, yay.
Would you believe that I bought that on 4K? Said,
Rob would.
I didn't mind, don't worry, darling, but the way Harry was eating Miss Flo's watermelon was not right, my guy. Happy National Redhead Day.
Oh boy.
There's a lot to unpack in this
Yeah.
super chat.
Do we just want to throw the whole suitcase out?
Kind of. Just set it on fire.
So we got a technique critique.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just wait till we see it.
Yeah.
Right? Have
Yeah.
any of us seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll just
But,
wait to see what that
I mean,
watermelon really
well
is.
done referencing Watermelon Sugar High about it.
Yeah.
Kudos to you on
I
that.
actually want a watermelon now.
Man.
I just Googled it. It really is Redhead Appreciation Day.
It is.
And
Rob.
you didn't bring it up.
Come
so-
on.
This is your moment.
Blackie.
Wow. I mean,
You
what
really
can I
don't
say?
love redheads.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of redheads.
It's the first we've heard of
How?
it.
I know you never. I
never
know.
knew. You
I
never
know.
knew.
It's, Jessica Chastain, Nicole Kidman.
Name all of them.
I just am
Bryce
really.
Dallas Howard.
Wait. I just still need. I have so many questions. Now I'm definitely seeing this movie because I want to
I
know
want to know about.
how he's doing
The
it
issue.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine you can't really see the angle that you could actually make that judgment on.
I would agree with that, my esteemed colleague.
even talking about?
I mean, unless he's fully coming in like, "Nyah, nyah, nyah," like how do you know that it's?
Is that how you eat watermelon?
We'll talk
See?
out there.
What is this?
Do you make those noises?
I'm saying that would be doing it wrong.
Like a buzzsaw?
That might be the greatest thing anyone's ever said on this show.
That
A
is
little
shot of
bit,
the
do
day.
one of these. I don't know.
Now we need a review after you see it.
Yeah. This is going to be the out of the theater reaction is, well, I have notes.
John, I'm sorry I got the channel demonetized while you were gone. Moving on.
I tried.
Okay,
Here we
what's
go
next?
again.
He tried to save me from myself. Mode Awesome said, curious, do you prefer Love and Thunder or She-Hulk?
Ooh.
Love
Right.
and Thunder for me.
Oh.
I think Love and Thunder, but it's hard. It's kind of comparing.
I'll have to wait till She-Hulk's done, but right now probably She-Hulk because both have let me down. One just so far has let me down more.
I mean, Love
just
and
not
Thunder
the
is a
camp that
pretty
dislikes
epic. It's an epically mounted motion picture. There's a lot of really interesting fantasy stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I think is worthy of watching. It's just overall the silliness of it doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah.
But I think as a movie, there's a lot of spectacle and stuff to watch.
That's fair.
Andy said, love Top Gun, A New Hope. Can't wait for the sequel when Rooster finds out in a twist that the enemy is his
I
father.
literally was going to bring that up as a joke the other day, Andy. We park our shuttlecrafts in the same
shuttle
no,
bay.
bay.
It's we park our shuttlecrafts in the same shuttle bay.
Yes. Rob, how did you throw your voice like that? That was amazing.
I'm full of many talents.
Quick, there can only be one. Ask him something only the real Rob would know. Name every redhead.
Every redhead.
Natural or unnatural?
There can only be one. No, I'm not a bottled redhead guy. It's got to be genuine. And a very specific kind.
I have no idea.
Genuine redhead.
I would ask you to break that down, but I don't want to know more.
I like girls
You would ask that.
pale skin and more of a strawberry blonde to red.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're specifics.
There's
None of this Auburn shit.
like Jessica Chastain.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
There you,
know
have
where
it,
to find this,
folks.
Jessica.
The question none of us were asking. Jay Master said Elton John final farewell concert will live stream from Dodger Stadium on November 20th on Disney Plus as part of his Yellow Brick Road tour.
I'm
That's cool.
gonna be
That
there.
sounds great. Wow.
I was there last night,
Ooh.
but Elton was not. But
No,
I-
Elton John wasn't there. Yeah, we're going for Logan's birthday.
fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it'll be great. I'm really excited.
I'm really happy that's
Are you
live
his candle in the wind?
I hope I'm not his dead love. If anything, I'm more of a little Sebastian. I'm 500 candles in the
Little
wind.
Sebastian.
All right, there you go.
Jay Master said, Chris, did you know yesterday marks the 1-year anniversary of Star Wars Visions was released on Disney Plus? What was your favorite Visions episode? Star Wars Visions Volume 2 releases spring 2023.
Oh man, I did love Star Wars Visions. Okay, I really love the basically the Yojimbo one. That one is excellent, and I can't wait for more of that. The one where it's the Bunny Jedi was so rad. I'm sorry, I don't remember any names because it was a year ago. But that one was really cool. I want
Bunny
that
Jedi?
whole story.
You said?
She was a bunny kind of alien, and then she's using a lightsaber and shit, and it's really cool, and she's adopted. Oh, it's great. Star Wars Visions is wonderful. I don't know why more people aren't in love with that. Even the one where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in a band as a Jedi, and they're playing in front of the Jabbas. I think it's fun and experimental and cool.
We talked about that yesterday, and I like that. I mean, I've always wanted to see maybe they can do it for Disney Plus. Phil Grindan and the Modal Nodes, the Cantina band.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to see that biopic, the rise and fall of Phil Grindan.
Oh, man. I think that'd be wonderful. Rebo just has like a cocaine problem. Oh,
They're competitive.
Yeah.
Cy Snoodles and the Rebo band are competitive against Phil Grindan and the Modal Nodes.
Be great.
The Sky Ablaze says, the Night of Kisses is dead. Long live the Night of Smashing.
Well,
Ooh.
to be effective, you have to do both, really.
That's very true.
You know?
You have to hold multitudes when you're a knight.
Then hit him with the yang yang.
We're gonna slowly kill Rob if you do
Touche, baby.
It's gonna sit on.
You're
us for a
lowering his
second.
other bun in the grave as we speak.
So he goes bun first. So his buns are up in the air.
That's one button in the grave.
That's the only way to go.
Into a grave.
It's making me laugh.
How do you go bun first?
Yander Prid, I'm just gonna power through. Yander Prid said, would Sony can the SSU if Craven and Madam Web get the same
Madam Web?
response as Morbius?
Oh, Rob, did you know they're making a Madam Web movie?
What?
I know. It's wild. You don't have to get emotional about it.
Tears.
Do you need a tissue?
I didn't. I
He went full Ray on that laugh cry.
I just turned into Tickle Me Elmo. I cannot stop laughing.
Taylor full on sat on the floor, you guys. This is wonderful.
Tony.
So if Madam Web and Craven bomb, will they just kind of nix the entire Sony Spider-Man universe?
I mean, I think that's a definite possibility because it's not. I mean, Morbius was a tremendous disappointment, and look, the Venom movies have proven to be earners, so that's okay. But
They're fun.
But that's the thing. You've got this monster creature factor, but like Craven, you know, I'm hoping it's good. But what's Craven gonna hunt?
Yeah. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm really hoping it's
I
great.
do too. I hope that, and I hope Madam Web's great too.
Yeah.
But they seem like odd choices to me.
They really do. Amy, if these bomb, will they just get rid of everything? Fire sale. Everything must go.
Like Wait, what do they mean? What is the question?
They'll just get rid of the Spider-Man Sony universe.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. That's my hot take. No.
Probably not.
Jasmine Jones said, Do Revenge on Netflix was a good movie. It had a 90s, 2000 feel with a modern twist.
Oh, I watched that this week.
Which one's that one?
It is Camille, the girl who plays Veronica Lodge on Riverdale.
Oh, it's with Maya Hawke. Am I
Yes.
thinking of the right one?
Yeah.
That looks fantastic.
It's
it looks
fun.
really fun.
It's fun. It is steeped in 90s nostalgia and everything, from the soundtrack to the wardrobe and everything.
Fun.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah. Check it out. Peter Cunnington says Garrett Wang is at Cap City Con Garrett Wang is at Cap City Con weekend, Victoria. There we go.
That would be, he was a character on Star Trek Voyager. Garrett Wang.
Thank you. Okay. Because there's a lot of
Harry
words in
Kim.
that sentence I didn't know.
Perpetual Ensign.
Okay. I'm not as familiar with Star Trek, so I don't know that far in. Cool. We'll have fun if you're going.
Lombardo Mendez says, Rob, what is the name of the book that the new M. Night Shyamalan movie is based on again? And should I read that first or just go in blind? We went over this yesterday. Rob hates reading. He said never read a book.
The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. And I recommend it. It's a one-sitting book. Although I have to say, because a lot of people have contacted me who had read the book and didn't like the ending. The ending is a little controversial. It leaves you with questions.
Okay.
It doesn't tie everything up in a nice little bow.
In like an existential dread kind of way, or just there's so many things unanswered?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that was. That didn't bother me, but because the questions it posed are very interesting.
Okay, what if the story actually has, like, let's say, I don't know, if there's a twist or if there's something would you recommend watching the movie first, and then if you're into it, go back to the movie?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, now that here's the thing. This is mostly because we're a movie channel here. I would suggest waiting, like going in cold, because I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan, this is an adaptation, and maybe he did change the ending somehow and make it more satisfying from a cinematic perspective. So I would wait. If you're going to read the book. But like I was saying yesterday, look, I'm a huge and avid reader, but if the movie's coming out and this is a movie channel, people are going to want to see the film. Wait.
Right. Just to, if it spoils the film, let's say if it ends up spoiling the film. Because I wanted to read the book too. When you mentioned it yesterday, I was like, I got to read that. But then I was thinking maybe I should wait for the movie first.
I mean, the thing about this is, you watch the trailer. If that premise interests you, it's sort of irresistible. And if you like the premise, wait and see the movie, and then go back and read the book. But the book is quite good.
Awesome. Well, what else we have?
Cracking a beer.
It's
Friday, baby.
Tough on it.
Grip it and rip it, baby. Morgan Holmes with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Morgan. Boxing reference, Rings of Power. Young upcoming star, all the money, looks flashy, but they have to go up against the old coming off a 2-loss veteran that is House of the Dragon and get knocked out in the first round.
I can see that like that.
To put it right now, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
That's fair.
I see it.
We're getting there. We're getting our second wind though with this latest episode.
Yeah. It's getting
Yeah.
it's beating the 10th count after this.
Hey, he got up off the canvas.
So let's see. Let's see.
Exactly. This is actually shit I understand. This is really exciting for
Yeah.
me. A sport I know.
Because an older fighter can lose its stamina towards a younger fighter, and they could come back. That might happen, or he might just get completely destroyed. That one little piece of hope, could be all gone. We'll see.
To keep the boxing metaphor going, I was just happy I didn't want to see Galadriel get punched in the face like I have in the previous 4 episodes. I actually liked her.
She's great in this episode.
I thought I'm like, where's this character been?
Loved her.
I really liked
Loved
her. I was like, I love what they're doing with her now.
She's powerful. She was smart. Yeah, she was better than people, but I understood everything that was happening with her. I
Absolutely.
like this trajectory.
And even the way that she held herself, I felt like, oh, this is a character that I can see now leads people. I like that.
Absolutely.
So this episode had the eye of the tiger. All right.
Yes, it did.
Boy.
Raymond Verrata said, read about British officials asking people not to leave marmalade sandwiches outside Buckingham Palace to honor the Queen. Didn't know Paddington was voiced by Ben Whishaw, who also plays Bond's Q.
Oh, I mean, that's really cute, but gosh, the bugs must be disgusting.
Yeah, I wonder what they thought was going to happen to those sandwiches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of happy pigeons.
They should have just all chipped in for
A lot of sticky pigeons.
extra large marmalade.
Just one big one.
Yeah.
The world's largest.
Come on. Talk to people
Or
sometimes.
like
Plan something.
feed the hungry.
Let's throw food on the floor.
They're just
for
Yeah.
everyone to eat.
sandwiches into the trash essentially right now. and-
Yeah. It's a cute gesture, but also like, stop it.
Yeah.
Khalil Frederick said, "Hope it's not one and done because no one's talking about it."
Oh, like one and done, like Mario. When I said, "Oh, just give me a one and done movie, like make it good, and then
Gotcha.
let me have it." Yeah, true. Hopefully, it's not one and done because it sucks.
Yeah. Retribution Zero said, "Give me the original HBO feature presentation open."
That's old school.
Oh my god! And then the boxing would start after that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I need that one too.
I'm glad I could hum it for you. There we go.
Little trip down memory lane for everybody. Jay Master said, "The Super Mario Brothers animated movie teaser trailer that will be released on October 6th. That same day at midnight, Marvel Studios' a special presentation, Werewolf by Night, drops on Disney Plus."
Wow, that's cool. I mean, we're all looking forward to that, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, I am not equally excited about
No,
these
I am
things.
more excited for one of these.
Yeah, much more excited about that. That's really cool to know.
Jasmine Jones said, "Season 4 of High School Musical, the series, started filming, and with the plot of the season, I hope we get a cameo of the OG."
Oh. I'm not familiar with this show
I've never
at all.
seen one High School
Does that
Musical.
mean like Zac Efron's going to come back?
In theory, it would
High
have
school.
original cast members coming back, like Zach or,
Vanessa
Vanessa Hutchins or
I love her.
Corbin.
those people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the other people. Ashley Tisdale.
There she is.
There we go. My only experience with High School Musical is those first 3 Disney movies, and then having to learn the dance when I was a Disney intern.
Oh.
In case we were on Good Morning America.
Can we get a wide shot real fast? And
It's, I only know the Wildcats everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. Like that's all I
I feel like I
retain.
didn't
Wow.
get a wide shot for that. I couldn't
Demonetized.
I know it wasn't good. I need you all to understand that when I was a Disney intern, I lived with 5 other women
Could've
in
just
a
done that.
3-bedroom apartment. 4 of us were face characters. 3 of them took it very seriously and
Wow.
had cardboard cutouts of their princesses and Zac Efron. I am who you all know. And so I was just like, yeah, this is fine, but this is not my whole personality. This is upsetting.
Wow.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I didn't put it all in there for a learning High School Musical. I did not want to be part of that.
Okay.
I think
Good
this
times.
next one speaks to Ray.
James Freeman says, "Highly recommend Moonage Daydream this weekend. The sense of wonder is off the charts in that film."
Ooh, this is the Bowie.
Bowie,
film.
Yeah.
Bowie documentary.
I've heard it's phenomenal.
Moonage, though.
Which I saw part of at CinemaCon. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, because you went to that other presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's so much to see.
The
Just
neon
post up at a
presentation.
theater for a day.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff all of a sudden.
A lot
Yeah.
of cans opening.
You just
right
do
now.
a day of plexing where you go from theater to theater.
And Moonage Daydream was in IMAX. I'm sure Avatar's replacing it. If you could see an IMAX double feature, could be good.
I'd be down for some big old Bowie. Collins E said, "MODOK was shown in D23 Ant-Man footage." Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, that's very
Who
cool.
plays him?
Yeah.
Or was it just a like? Was he shown as a character?
Taylor, could you look up and see if we know anything about MODOK in terms of that?
Yeah, the last thing right now on my computer is Redhead Appreciation Day. So let me clear that and I'll get right on it.
Let's talk about that for no.
Yeah, you could talk about that.
Jedediah Elias said, "Did you see the leaked D23 footage from Black Panther 2? More excited to see it now, especially with focus on Wakanda family. Coogler is killing it."
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the leaked footage.
I haven't seen the leaked footage, but I mean, I'm really excited for this movie.
Yeah.
And I hope, I mean, my expectations are sky high. There's so much I want out of it. I hope it's great. I think it'll be great.
That trailer is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Stunning. It
I'm looking
sounds
forward
so
to the
good.
score. I'm looking forward to seeing the Toucan Sam. It's not the Atlanteans anymore. What are the
Talakan.
Talakan.
Talakan
Valley.
Yeah.
Talakan?
I got it.
Do we have a
So,
MODOK update?
If this is real, it looks like my father, but it's just like this mush man. It's not like a real person.
Oh, that's the image I put
yeah.
up. Oh, that was the image I put up.
Oh.
Is that
Oh, we just
it?
don't know. We were wondering if they had said who was playing him.
Or like the voice.
No, there's
Yeah.
there's a rumor that somebody named Corey Stoll
Oh.
Wait a minute.
He's in Ant-Man.
He was
'cause
already
Corey Stoll would have
Yellow
become
Jacket, right?
MODOK because he played
Oh.
Yellow Jacket or whatever
Yeah.
in Ant-Man 1.
Thanks for ruining the movie.
That's
Ooh.
that could be
Spoiler.
interesting.
Fucking love
That's really fun.
Maybe in the-
okay. Okay. If that comes to fruition, that'd be pretty cool. All right, what else we have?
I'm into it. Jay Master said, breaking from the Hollywood Reporter, Ariel Kleiman from Yellow Jackets will direct the first block of episodes for Andor season 2.
Ooh, fun.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Because they start shooting in November.
that'll be great. Awesome.
TJ Slapdragon Watson said, Rob, like me, you're definitely sugar daddy age.
Oh,
They're on
well,
us.
I don't know what to say about that.
I like the way he says his full and his nickname, Slapdragon. I'm sorry.
Moving along, Punkron said,
Also, James gave us some support right there.
oh, James Gildersleeve. Thank you, James. Punkron says, hey guys, have you guys read the comic book Count Crowley, Amateur Midnight Monster Hunter? It's my favorite horror comic right now.
No,
I have not, but that sounds great.
that sounds fun.
It's a fun title.
Thanks for giving us an issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we could
Yeah.
incorporate that.
We'll check it out.
Talking Entertainment with Josie said, Step Up 3 was fun in 3D. Any Step Up fans?
Oh, I liked one of them. I just forgot which one it was.
Step Up what has a 3D movie in the franchise?
I
They're
have, to,
stepping right at you.
Yeah,
I have to tell you, I found myself in Step Up to the Streets.
that's the one I think.
And
liked.
I have to
Channing
say,
went.
I went in there not under protest, but I went in there not expecting much. And I liked the fact that it was the first time that the good dance crew was like a multi-ethnic group of actors, young actors. And I was like, you know what? The future's going to be okay. Step
How'd
Up
that
to
work
the
out?
Streets pointed the future. The youth of America has got things covered. As long as you're representing and you can dance, things are going to be all right.
That's all you need.
And then the world just kind of all did
Yeah, then it's spun out
Yeah.
of its axis. We're being threatened with nuclear apocalypse by a man who's losing a war that he started. So what are you going to do?
Whoops.
Maybe show him Step Up to the Streets.
Have they made a Step Up 4? Could that set us back on track?
Is that what could save us all?
Yeah, we need all the
man.
steps.
No, that's Flash Gordon.
Oh,
Maybe this is just like Lost, and we need to like blow up Step Up 4 into a tunnel, and then we'll reset the timeline, and no explanations.
Go back to the 70s.
Yeah, go back to the
that
70s.
smoke monster could move. So
There are 5 Step Up movies.
Ugh.
Step Up 6 is going to be the one,
There
baby.
we go. That's the great uniter.
Jasmine Jones said, love how meta High School Musical the series is. So meta, and how they use the stars with them, not outshining the cast, and they are so talented.
Good to know, Jasmine. I'm so glad that show's working for you.
I mean,
Awesome.
they do a lot of musical numbers and dancing, right? A lot of choreography in that show, I guess.
I would assume
would
so.
suppose.
All I know is Olivia Rodrigo is on that show. That's my only information on it. What else we have?
TJ Slapdragon Watson said, Rob, I'm also up to 2,350 slabs.
Okay, that's insane. So what
So
a
he
slab
has
is
slabs?
when you get
Like
your
a
comic
body?
books, you get your comic book slab by
That's
CGC,
crazy.
where they're put into 2
Right.
plastic shells, hard plastic shells, and it's a vacuum seal.
Oh,
But to have it done for a comic is like 25 to 35
I'm
bucks.
assuming he's purchased some of those already slabbed.
Yeah, but already slabbed. I mean, let's say he just got him slabbed himself.
Right.
What is, let's go the low end, 25 times 2350? Was that what we said?
Dude, it's expensive.
Which means his collection
That's
is
a lot.
probably worth quite a great. What's your favorite slab? What is your most impressive slab book?
do you slab it so you don't have to swap out the bag and board?
Well, it's graded.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's just-
graded.
Oh,
so
so that
you get it
includes
graded.
okay.
So it's valued as.
I literally have a CGC, like, the shipment kit where you can
Yep.
to slab some of mine. And I just haven't because I don't want to have to go through the cost of it right now.
Yeah, no, it's expensive, but that's a very impressive collection of slab
That's
books.
really, really cool.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I want to see pictures.
Unless he owns a comic shop, in which point it wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah.
Because it would be your inventory. But either way, it's awesome.
Tim Blatt says, the Batman in 40X was the greatest movie experience ever.
Ooh, that would have been really
Yeah.
crazy. in
Especially the
40X.
car part.
Really, it deserves to be re-released in many formats. I mean,
Yeah. Are you planning to do that at any point there, Jonathan?
who?
Sorry. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's a great movie.
Let's read this question again, actually, just so we can get
Jay Master said, Rob, big Seahawks home game at Lumen Field versus the Falcons on Sunday. Plus next week, the Seattle Kraken hockey season begins.
I'm very excited, although I hope the Seahawks play better than they played last week. I was very sad about the 49ers. But anyway, yeah, and Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer of Top Gun Maverick and many other things, is one of the owners of the Seattle Kraken.
Oh.
Unless that ownership has changed, which I thought was pretty cool.
Spiffy.
Did you hear Leah Michelle's out with COVID, or?
I didn't know that. Oh.
I think she was.
Oh, thank you for updating me. I always appreciate the Leah Michelle news.
When you get sports, we get a Leah Michelle.
We get a Leah
watch.
Michelle.
Screwjohn says, I just realized I'm watching House of the Dragon in Disney Plus Hotstar. Huh.
There you go.
It's all different.
I like that.
everywhere.
Is that in India?
Maybe, I don't know.
Surgeon might be.
Maybe.
What else we have?
Andy says, can't wait to see Avatar in 3D today. Excited to see M. Night's take on our fave airbender and to hear Aang pronounced as Ung in 3D.
Andy, how dare you? How dare you?
Very dare you.
That is one of the only movies I have ever walked out of. There's a whole video you can watch on the internet of me just destroying this movie. I hate it. I hate it so much. Flames on the side of my face.
Nice.
It's bad. It's a bad movie.
Flames? See, now I got to go watch Clue.
You should watch that movie all the time. It's one of the best. That's my favorite.
I could watch that on an endless loop. Fang Blaze 71 said, you guys hear about the new Iron Man game?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, it's just, I mean, there was only like I think a teaser announcement, right? But it's just set in its own universe and Marvel's releasing. But I wish there was gameplay that was released. Did you see anything about that, right?
No.
Yeah, it was just, all I saw was an Instagram post about it. So we'll see.
All right.
Birdhop says, I love Midsummer, Hereditary, and The Witch. Can you recommend other horror in that vein? Would also take something like The Conjuring.
If you haven't seen Karen Kusama's The Invitation, I would watch that. I mean, I think that go in cold, don't read anything about it. And there's a movie that David Pryor directed called The Empty Man. It's not like Slender Man, but it's really interesting, and I would recommend that. And also, if you haven't seen movies like now I can't even remember the name of the film that I'm thinking of. So
I know what you did last summer.
Tell you later. No, don't do. That's not what I was thinking of.
Rob, would you say that the movie Mother with Jennifer Lawrence is kind of
Mother's interesting? Yeah, I would say
Kind
that's
of in the same vein.
it's in that same kind of vein.
Upsetting.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Ritual would probably live in that.
Yep. The hunting party. Those guys.
Yeah.
That's good too.
With Spall's kid. Yeah.
I really
Big
like
Spall.
that. I really liked The Ritual. I thought that was good.
I watched the beginning, and then my friend Logan were like, "Okay, you're done now. Don't watch anymore."
Oh, it's good.
The beginning of it was really great.
Really great.
Undecided said, could you see the next season of Sandman introducing Timothy Hunter? Would Warner Brothers be too scared that people would compare the character to Harry Potter?
I mean, they could. That's an interesting. You're talking books of magic. You could, but yeah, people are going to compare him to Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I think that's a fun comparison.
I
to
do
be
too,
made.
but and he predates Harry Potter by many
A
many
lot.
years,
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? I don't know if they would get to that. I'd have to go back and look at Sandman, but I don't think if they do another 18 issues, maybe they'll get to that. But I don't think they will. I know they have to get to the Dead Boy Detectives because that's part of Season of Mists. But I don't know.
Well, didn't the Dead Boy Detectives recently come out too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they redid that.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were introduced in the Season of Mists.
Yes. I
So
think that'd be fun.
everyone's like, "What?"
Connor Stevens said, Dalton has always been my favorite Bond. John Barry's score for Daylights is my favorite Bond score as well.
Oh man, you know what? I love Living Daylights. I love Timothy Dalton in Living Daylights, and that was John Barry's last James Bond score. He had a little 80s vibe to that score. It's a great score.
Yeah.
But John Barry didn't like working with Aha very much.
Really?
Yeah, but Living Daylights has some great Pretender songs in it. If There Was a Man and Where Has Everybody Gone? Tasty.
Yeah, Dalton was a great Bond. I enjoyed him
He was
very,
great.
very
He was
much.
great in that.
Yeah. I even
was
like
great.
License to Kill. I think he's fun.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Schmiert Spionen.
Jermaine King said, 7 out of 9. The greatest 3D film that I've ever seen is Step Up 3D. I highly recommend it.
I've never seen it. I bet it probably is dancing in 3D.
That'd probably be cool.
Yeah, I think so. I'd love to see that. I've never seen it.
I'm just floored that there's that many Step Up movies. Just flew under
They just
the
keep
radar.
on stepping up.
They
Someone
keep
in the live
doing
chat
it.
said that there's also a series about it streaming right now.
What?
There's a what?
A Step Up series that's streaming right now.
There's a whole Step Up cinematic universe.
Is it in 3D?
Well, I mean, Bring It On should cross over with Step Up because apparently
Ooh.
they have that many. Those are battling franchises
There's
right
so
there.
many Bring It On.
Yeah.
There's so many.
They brought
and the
it
first
on.
one's great.
It is.
It is.
It is.
I'm about to stop.
Bang Blaze said, "Hey Rob, just bought my first hot toy, Tony Silver Centurion armor from Iron Man 3. How many Iron Man hot toys do you have?"
Oh my God. How many Iron Man hot toys I have? I think I have 4 different War Machines. I've got so many different. You know what? I probably have, to be honest, 12. 12. And if you include Hulkbuster, 13. I think.
You know what's so funny is I go to Sideshow like almost every day and go see that War Machine re-release, and then they do the little pay it off in months, and I'm like, is it time yet? And I've been doing that for like 3 years.
Are you talking about the Endgame War Machine or that?
No, I like
that's
the big bulky.
Oh, you like-
Iron
yeah.
Man 2.
You're like the kid that goes
There's
to the
only
toy
one War
store.
Machine, and that's the one. That
And
the
just-
one where he shows all his artillery, not the one that
Yeah, but the
hides.
Iron. I love the Endgame Iron Patriot.
Oh, that's the exception.
That's dope.
Ron H said, "Started One Piece from scratch on episode 89 of 1,000+ episodes. One episode had a deathly sick friend, citizens against an evil king, killer bunnies, and an avalanche. I'm loving this pirate anime."
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. It's so good. I
There's
still
over
haven't finished
1,000
it.
episodes, really?
Yeah,
That's
this is
what-
so long.
That's what's most daunting about trying to start an anime that's
Yeah.
been out for, like, when I first started Dragon Ball, I was like, there's that many
Yeah.
episodes. You just have to push yourself.
I haven't finished it. One Piece is something I just kind of keep coming back to. Where
When
I'll
did
like
it
go
start?
back a couple episodes.
Are they
and be like,
half-hour
oh, yeah.
episodes?
Yes, they're short. They're short.
500 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun though.
When did it start? Like what year or,
That's
generally?
a great question. I didn't watch it until I saw it on Netflix and was like, "This is amazing," and I'm obsessed with it.
The Jay Shrayway says, "Do you guys like Trick or Treat? Sam is an icon. I love that movie.
Yep.
It is getting theatrically released for the first time this year. I'm
Yes,
very
it
excited
is.
to go see it.
Mike Doherty wrote and
Is
directed
that the
that.
little pumpkin guy?
Sam's my sweet little murder baby.
Oh, yeah, he's cute
I am
looking.
so delighted anytime I see like Sam merch
He
anywhere.
lulls me into a false sense of confidence that I could watch that film.
Which one is the one with the orange jumpsuit and the sack on his head?
That's Sam.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay,
Trick or Treat.
Okay.
It's not terrifying.
Yeah.
You could probably
Yeah, you
handle
can
it.
watch it.
Okay.
It's spooky.
It's fun.
Okay.
Like it's fun horror.
Ray, I could watch it.
I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
you haven't seen that? Okay.
I just
I-
seen
I
all the
think you
action
can
figures
totally
now.
handle it.
I don't
Yeah,
trust you at all.
No,
Taylor.
it's so
you know, you
cute.
can handle it.
Okay.
Trust me on this.
Okay.
Also, One Piece is 1999.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Wow.
At least someone answers my questions.
Jasmine Jones said, "I'm excited for Hocus Pocus 2, Wakanda Forever, which comes out 3 days before my birthday, and Disenchanted."
Disenchanted looks good.
Yeah.
Disenchant looks fun.
I want to be more excited about Hocus Pocus 2.
Same.
I love Hocus Pocus. I feel like it's not going to be good, y'all. I hope I'm wrong.
Trailer's a
I'm
little.
same boat, but yeah, the trailer is very.
But Kathy and Jimmy on Roombas, what more could you ask for?
That is
A good
true. That
movie.
is that's fun, and we do have Sam Richardson in it, which gives me hope too, because I love him.
Yeah.
But this doesn't look great. It looks very, very like Disney Channel original movie.
Well, I feel
to
like there's a
do
real
deeper
thing where
cut.
it's like Hocus Pocus is a delightful movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it a great movie.
Yeah.
So to make a sequel of that, it's like, no, it's a classic, but it's not like.
Well, I think it's for me. Hocus Pocus is one of those things, kind of like Hook. If you didn't see it as a kid, you're not really gonna vibe with it.
I will say, I actually didn't see Hocus Pocus till like college.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the first time I watched it,
That's
I was
definitely
like,
the demographic for it.
yeah.
College age.
I feel like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's not really my thing, but it's definitely made its way into the like, I'll put this on at Halloween. It's just, it's good vibes.
Yeah.
Halloween Town was the one I was like, nope,
loved
can't get into
Halloween
this. I'm an adult and this is not for me.
I loved that. Man,
Everyone's gripping and ripping it today,
Yeah,
baby.
it's a long week, guys.
Danny Sanchez says, much love to the Beyond team. Y'all killing it. Thank you, Danny.
Why, thank you.
We'll raise the can to you.
Dildar says, hello again. Just wanted to say I love the BBC. Can't get enough of the BBC. Ever needs to experience the BBC. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
What is happening?
Both us and the British
If someone
Broadcasting
walked into
System
that
are great.
conversation,
That's the Batman Beyond,
Beyond
crew
crew.
for those playing along at
what else
home.
could it mean?
Why? What did you think they meant?
Well,
Just
Rob,
not-
I think it stands.
Just not Friday without
Oh, I know
without
what
some
you think it
BBC.
stands for. In your
Mike
world,
right
it
now.
does.
Is that like trampolining?
Adrian Bong says, hi, crew. Speaking of Gundam, have you seen their collab with Nike? They come with a pair of good Velcro swish swoosh. I have a pair.
Wait, there's
Ooh.
Gundam Nikes?
You should get on there, Rob.
Are you crying, Rob?
Just overwhelmed with how much he loves BBC. It can be a little overwhelming.
Well, once you watch the Batman Beyond crew, you never go back.
Did we answer that person's question?
I don't
Have
know.
we seen those shoes? No, we haven't.
Okay.
But I was delighted by getting to say swish swoosh. Thank you, Adrian. CJ Rebirth said, Chris, have you watched any of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? I know the main demo is kids and girls, but I honestly love the series and its fellow fans.
I feel like there's a whole bunch of bronies out there, though, so I don't think that's the demographic. There's a whole bunch of bros who are like, I freaking love My Little Pony.
You know that John Delancey, who plays Q on Star Trek The Next Generation, made a documentary about bronies?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very, very cool.
And he stars in it, you know,
I heard some very
examining-
mixed things about that documentary.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I just want to point out he did it.
The Jenny Nicholson video on the last BronyCon, if you ever want just like a deep dive into that fandom, is fantastic.
She's delightful, too.
Yeah, she's great.
I never watched Friendship is Magic. I believe that friendship is magic, and I know that show exists.
And it sounds like don't be afraid if you like what is considered a kid's cartoon or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
There's this show I'm watching called Bluey, and it's for kids.
Bluey.
But there's lessons in this 7-minute episode
You
shows
learned it from Bluey.
that I learned. I learn all the time. I mean, you're never too old to watch.
Oh,
cartoons.
is that why you've been so good at sharing this week, Ray?
It's been very sweet.
Wow.
Huh. You're
No, I love that.
cartoons. I think. I mean, obviously, I just went on a rant about how I better get a Darkwing Duck show. So
Good entertainment's good entertainment.
Yeah. Who cares?
Ethan's Tech World said, just want to send in a thank you. I've been watching since I was in 6th grade. Now I'm starting my electrical engineering journey at the University of Washington.
Am I
Thank you
that
all for being so
freaking
inspiring.
old?
whoa,
Wow.
Ethan.
Right. You're
Would
a
that be the
genius.
UW in Seattle? Because there's other university, but the UW is the one in Seattle.
No.
I would think so.
Hometown.
If you're going to that one, Rob's happy. If you're not, he's terribly disappointed.
Yeah, well, the University of Washington campus is one of the most beautiful college campuses in the United States.
Oh, nice.
I'm not biased.
No, not at all. You can't tell.
I didn't go there. Partied there a lot, though.
6th grade. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. So he's a 7th grade engineer now. Huh?
What else we got?
I've been doing this for a long time.
Don't think I'm trying to reverse that. I'm trying to change that.
Jay Master said, hey, Chris, last year Deadline or Variety reported that Seth Rogen and Disney are doing a Darkwing Duck series for Disney Plus.
Okay, well, I haven't heard any movement on that, but let me just say though, what I want is a continuation of the DuckTales show that I got, the DuckTales reboot, with those characters. So Seth Rogen, I like what he does. That's great. He does good things, but I want what I want. That's all I want.
Dang, this is not.
I
the
want
first
what
time.
I want.
Yeah.
That's
Front
all
one
I
day.
want.
So if it's good, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Whatever Darkwing Duck thing comes out, I'll watch it. But that's what I want is the most recent DuckTales iteration of Darkwing Duck.
There you go. Request.
Irene Jobson says, somebody once told me new
Why is this?
movie's gonna roll me. Ain't the perkiest of them all. Ray was looking kind of sleeps with his yawns and his snores and a handprint on the top of his forehead.
Thank
Well-
you, Irene.
We're having a real musical day today. I would have
Demonetized.
I would have warmed up. It's
This is
parody.
beyond-
Parody law.
This is beyond Cream musical.
Yeah.
Attack of the Mushi said, Ray, did you see Hasbro's Engine of Vengeance?
That's the Ghost Rider, right?
You're asking the wrong
If he's talking about that Ghost Rider, then yes, I did, and it's way too overpriced. $350, I'm gonna buy that when I've been eyeing Hot Toys like every day for like 5 years and haven't bought one. So it looks cool, but it's a little too pricey for me. I'm not saying the price is wrong, because who
Price
knows?
is right, bitch.
Who knows how hard they worked on engineering something like that or whatever. But if you're gonna get it, cool.
My funny bone's been tested on this show today.
Okay, you might want to separate a little bit.
Leo
on that
Liang
shot there.
says, Happy Friday, Batman Beyond Squad. Happy Friday, Leo.
Yes, baby.
LV Arts of said Charlie Cox as Bond. Season 3 prison fight scene is a whole audition tape. He's in a suit and is incredibly brutal. Would be down for it.
Ooh, that could work.
Yeah, I can see that. It's interesting.
He's 39.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 years if they get the ball rolling right now, because he turns 40, according to this, in December. So that's maybe
Yeah, they
for a
probably
10-year
couldn't get.
commitment.
Yeah, they're not going to get another Bond movie out for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
And isn't there a height requirement for Bond?
Is there?
I'm not trying to call Charlie.
How tall is Charlie Cox?
I don't know.
He like a 5'10"er?
Let me get right on that.
I mean,
Thanks, Taylor.
I want him to say, I'm just a really good secret agent. If that's the case, then.
Yeah.
While catching a brick.
He's 5'10".
Oh,
There you go.
Called it.
Look, if Tom Cruise can be a secret agent, Charlie Cox can be a secret
Charlie
agent.
This is
Cox.
very true.
They have
he's
Apple
phenomenal.
boxes. Come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do it.
Ismail Montoya said, Hello, guys. Who needs John on Fridays? Will you guys be watching The Woman King? Oh, there's so much good stuff to watch, and I
know.
don't have that much
We were
time. And
complaining about
Avatar
how there
is
was
30
nothing, and
fucking
now
hours.
everything.
What?
Yeah.
We were complaining about how there was nothing in the theater. Now there's everything.
Now there's
Now there's so much stuff.
freaking
all at
everything.
once.
Yeah.
I do want to see it. I've heard nothing but good things.
I really want to see it. Was it you who warned me, though, about?
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Trigger
lot of
warning
eye
for eye
violence.
violence, but it's a really good movie.
So I might just need to go see it with you so you can be like,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
cover.
A Sith Lord said, Do you guys listen to Logic? Dank Nugs is
Fire.
Fire, sure.
Fire.
By the way,
I don't listen to Logic.
These dank nugs are frosty.
I've listened to a little bit of Logic, whatever's thrown at me, but I don't. I mean, he's very good at rapping.
I don't think that this
I mean,
person
he's
meant the
just very
rapper.
good,
I think just based on how the show is going. If you
Just
guys
general
Oh.
Logic. Do we listen to that at all?
Logic? No.
Clearly no.
I've seen Logic's Hot Ones. That's my only familiarity.
Also, Anne invited me, and I keep refusing just because of whatever. I hate to bring it up. Whatever happened with the Travis Scott concert, whatever. But there's a Wiz Khalifa concert that's happening in Irvine, and Anne's pushing me to go. And Logic, I think, is opening for him, and I just keep replying, I don't want to be Travis Scotted or whatever
Well,
like
you
that.
just don't go up near the front.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no. It's the only reason why I chose not to go is I hear the place is, it's one of those outdoor places, and it was. I think it was in August. Never mind.
Are you
So
talking
it
about
already
the
passed.
Spectrum, Irvine Spectrum? Or?
So it was going to be hot. I don't like. I'm a moody person when the sun is shining down on me really hard. So I told her I'm just going to be like nagging the whole day. So we didn't end up going. So
Oh.
yeah.
Man,
I just
Debbie
thought
Downer.
outdoor in the heat. No, that's not me.
That's a good story, Ray.
I'll never invite you to Coachella.
Shut up, Taylor.
Jay Masters said, That sound Amy is making is from a Pokemon in one of the Pokemon anime
What
series.
sound?
Which Pokemon is that?
Yeah, what sound?
Yeah, what sound? Can we turn up her?
I don't know what you're
volume
talking
real quick?
about.
I don't recall.
All we know is it's not Lickitung.
That technique.
It's not.
What is it called when they level up?
The buzzsaw.
Evolve.
Yeah,
Oh,
it evolved. All right.
All right.
Oh boy.
Irene Jobson said, Favorite movie that you watch when you need to be comforted. Favorite movie when you want to cry. Favorite movie when you want to sleep with a knife. Ooh,
I never want to sleep with a knife. That's dangerous.
That was one
You're
of my
always on
old
the
roommates.
cutting
I had to
edge
sleep with
anyway.
a knife, but
Ooh. Sorry, what, Jonathan?
oh, I just had a dark moment. Don't mind me. I just said
Oh, no.
I had an ex-roommate that years and years ago I had to lock my door and sleep with a knife. But anyway,
Oh, my
we'll
gosh.
move on.
That's so scary. I'm
Whoa.
so sorry.
I'm glad we found each other again.
Yeah. Now you got Ray to protect
Wait,
you.
this is a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
Favorite.
great
Okay,
question.
movie to be comforted.
I don't know.
Shrek.
Almost Famous.
Big.
Comforted.
If I want, oh, sorry, Amy, go for it.
I feel like anything Pixar, except Up.
Yeah.
Is that favorite movie when you want to cry?
That's favorite movie when I want to cry.
Mine's
Actually,
Star
Toy
Trek
Story
2, The Wrath of
3.
Khan.
Toy Story 3 actually I think gets me harder just because like I had such a like
When you want-
that movie literally came out the summer before I left for college, so it was freaking brutal when I saw it.
Did you say Wrath of Khan? What?
Yeah,
the bagpipe
when I want
scene?
to cry, watch Wrath of Khan.
When he says the most human.
Yep, that's
And
it.
he chokes up.
I choke. That's it. Of all the souls I've encountered in my travels, his
He
was
does
the most.
that. He does that. Yeah, he does
Gets
that
me every
little cheek like that choke up.
Dude,
and then
can't
says
help
human.
it.
My comfort one, I guess, is just like I want mindless stuff. So I'll put on Decoy Bride because it's like a real cute, just easygoing rom-com, or Ratatouille. If I want to cry, recently it's been Belle. I'll
Wow.
put that on.
And
I'll
Sleep
cry.
with a Knife. Anybody?
Or Marcel with his shoes on.
Yeah.
Sleep with a Knife.
That makes you sleep with a knife?
Oh my God, that one's like just emotional throughout the whole thing. It's just so
Oh, to
cute.
cry.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? And well, let's see. Wrath of Khan was what year?
82.
Yeah, and E.T. So it's
82.
very similar because it's the one scene at the end of E.T. It's not just like, oh, that whole scene, but it's only when the mother chokes up and smiles, and I tear up every time.
They were released within 2 weeks of each other.
Look at us.
The only movie that ever did make me want to like sleep with something to protect me was when I saw Saw. And that some of you guys have probably heard the story of when we watched Saw, which was way too late. Like it was years after like there were already 5 movies was
Yeah.
the first time I watched it. We finished watching it. I'm like crying and very upset by the movie. We lived in a very old place. Our fan blade ripped off of from our ceiling fan and flung across the room and almost took out Logan. And I burst into like hysterical tears just because of everything we had just seen with that. And I made Logan check every nook and cranny of our home
Good thing
because
you
I was
didn't watch-
convinced I was going to get murdered.
I think you didn't
Jigsaw's
watch
on you,
Final
man.
Destination.
I think Us is the only movie that like really felt like a like I'm struggling to feel safe sleeping tonight. That one really just like got in my brain in a weird way.
Is that Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Deliverance would be the movie that made me want to sleep with a knife.
Fair.
Don't wink about that. Lord.
You better pray.
Now, the way you winked, I'm like, which side of that story were you on?
Rob had a banjo.
Who do you think is the hero?
I've got one. Magic Mike made me want to sleep with a knife because that movie has a lot of cake.
Yeah. So,
Wow. You know what? That's pretty good. If I had a shot, if I had alcohol, I would drink to that.
Yeah,
And you can
that
drink
would be
mine,
the
Rob.
aviation shot. What else we got?
feel we have a very appropriate comment from Sir John. You guys never fail to go off the rails, and I love it.
Yep.
Thank you, Sir John. Ryan Gerger says, "Hope this new movie is better than old. That was not good."
The Mario one?
Mario.
No. Old,
the
the M. Night
Shyamalan.
The
Shyamalan
old
movie.
one.
Oh, I
Oh,
like the old.
That was also based on a French graphic novel.
oh, I did not know that.
So, in terms of literary adaptations, you know,
Thinking about
I prefer if you're going to adapt French graphic novels, Blue is the Warmest Color. There's a great graphic novel
That shocks
adaptation.
me so much that you love that adaptation.
It's a great comic adaptation. It doesn't get talked about in great comic book movies when we talk about them.
It's fair.
Someone made a shirt that said, "I went to the beach that makes you old, and all I got was old." And I think about that and
I'd wear
chuckle
that
like
shirt.
once a day. The Sky Ablaze said, "She-Hulk, the one episodic Marvel Disney Plus show."
I mean, it is.
It is.
It is. I will give it this. It is one where I'm actually feeling. I mean, we'll see how they wrap up kind of the loose ends they have in the next 3 episodes. But it's one of the few where I feel like some of the episodes feel a little quick. But it's like, no, it's a 20-minute episode. That worked. That made like they wrote that to be a 20-minute
Yeah.
episode. Ryan Hughes said, "My response every time my wife disputes a questionable take John has on a given subject, Game of Thrones season 8. Well, honey, he is Canadian."
That's a fair way to
I
go
say that
about
in my
it.
head too a lot.
We often
Yeah.
think that
There we
on
go.
the show.
He's Canadian.
TJ Thomas asks, "When will I get my Mass Effect movie or show?"
I'm surprised they haven't done anything with that yet.
That is a little surprising.
I mean, because other shows are like ripping Mass Effect off.
Oh, absolutely. They are.
Dude, we see a little bit of Mass Effect in Andor, like that the junkyard scene.
Yeah.
I was like, this is either Fallen Order or Mass Effect setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
It did.
That was my favorite part about Andor. Whenever they showed those shots, those wide shots in that junkyard or scrapyard, I was like, this looks cool. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But yeah. Thank you.
Wayne Edwards says, even though She-Hulk as a show is just okay at this point, I am really into She-Hulk herself. I would love to bring on the filthy with her. LOL.
Well, Wayne, I can understand that.
No, don't.
Sure.
He loves greenheads.
Yeah, green
Yeah.
heads.
Their
Those
national day is
greenies.
tomorrow, though, so we'll focus on
Trying to
that
find that green bean.
Oh, Lord, Ray.
Why did
What? What?
That was Taylor.
Tim,
Take the blame for that one, please.
What did you say? Trying to find the green bean?
Yeah.
Green beans. Bean. There's more than.
she's really?
What are
really,
the
No,
green
no.
beans?
With She-Hulk, there's only one green bean.
Yeah.
I wish I
better
could have
find
this-
All right, everyone on
Oh,
three,
go,
say
let's
what
go.
you think the green bean is.
What's
still
the
live.
sound effect?
Let's go next.
And what do you do when you
Last-
find the green bean?
Oh, my God.
Is that the weed whacker?
Guys, we were so close. There's only one.
We're almost done. We're in the home
And
stretch.
It's just one
Tim
more exit,
Platt
guys.
says, I haven't seen Rob laugh this hard since John Old School Manscaped ads. Hashtag Pinkus.
I think this is the hardest I've ever laughed
Yeah.
on this show.
This is the hardest I've ever laughed that wasn't brought to you by a redhead.
Wow, I'm getting made fun of on my own show.
Aw. Well, I love you, Rob.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, guys, that will do it for this installment
Thank God.
of the John Campea Show, your Friday, your Casual Friday edition. Big thanks to Mint Mobile for hooking us up with that hotline. Thank you all for your wonderful questions. Thank you for your super chats and all the support you give this channel because we can't do this without you. So thank you so much. Rob, where can the people find you?
Hauled off someplace. No, you can find me. You can find me on Instagram at RM Burnett. Find me on Twitter at BurnettRM, or find me on my own YouTube channel, the Post Geek Singularity, or its adjacent website, postgeeksingularity.com.
Nice. Amy Newman, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram at amy.n.newman and Twitter at amy_n_Newman. Link to anything else I'm doing in the bio there.
I also want to say that you've become one of my favorite people ever today. Just so you know.
That's all it took, huh?
That's all it took.
Stupid noise.
All it took was some weird Pokemon
No, it's your rapier wit.
Oh.
Ray Ora, where
What
can the
about
people
me,
find you?
Ray Aura with a 0.
Jonathan Bucket, where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Sonic If You Want It on. I had to see if that was actually written right. Yeah, you did a right. Good job on that. Sonic If You Want It. I think. I don't know.
Yay.
That's I think where you can find me.
Taylor, where can the people find you?
Ooh, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at 50 Shades of Tay with 3 Ys, where I have been posting updates from Not Scary Farm last night.
They're so great. Taylor's social is wonderful. Y'all should follow it anyway. It's cool stuff around LA. Perfect dogs. It's the
Lots
best.
of twerking.
Yeah. I'm Chris Carr. You can find me at actor Chris Carr on both Twitter and Instagram, or you can go head over to my studio, speakfriendstudio.com, if you want to talk about voiceover. Thanks so much for being here. We hope you have a great, safe weekend. And until next time,
Eat your greens.